Big day today, ladies and gentlemen. We got a big day. A lot is going on right now. I wake up this morning and I see Chrisean Rock getting in a fight. She starts fighting. Allegedly, it could be a random girl or it could be Nevaeh's sister. I saw a code tweet saying it was Nevaeh's sister. We're going to break that down. First time streaming. We also got the Keefe D trial that we're going to watch. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happened this morning. So if you are hopping in here for the first time, make sure you leave a comment or something. And if you're watching after the fact, then it is what it is. Okay, let's get this cranking. Oh shit. Okay, all right. So far from what I saw this morning, we had Blueface and Nevaeh having a baby shower, and Blueface was already acting. You know, he knew that this was going to be a big event. He knew that all these people were going to show up to this event. So he started inviting Chrisean over. And let me actually pull that up because I don't have that. I saw that yesterday. So let me pull that up. It sucks that I can't really show you guys the actual fight that went down because obviously YouTube doesn't like that. But Nevaeh pulled out a knife. Nevaeh put out a knife on Chrisean, which after the video we just saw of her getting in a fight, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that we saw her, you know. Okay, so this was the first video right here.
It's your day.
No, I can see it's her day too.
No.
It's not just my day. You involved her on this day. You're messy as fuck.
No.
Hear it, bro. Come on, put on your clothes. We have somewhere to be.
Come here.
I don't care.
Come here.
No, I don't.
Here.
No.
You look too pretty to cry.
I don't care.
Don't freaking cry.
I feel, you know, at this point, I don't even know how to feel about Nevaeh because she knows what she's getting herself into. So the fact that they're crying and stuff, is it acting? I've never heard Nevaeh really say anything from her perspective. We haven't heard Nevaeh say something like, I know this is a part of the game. I know that this is supposed to, you know, be a thing. It was just a whole setup. What part was a whole setup? The fact that this whole thing was going on or the fact that the fight went down?
Your makeup looks too good right now.
I don't care. I don't want that fucking camera.
Okay, can I have the knife?
No, I don't trust you. I don't. You're going to the door laughing and thinking it's funny and stuff. Get that camera the fuck off of me. You think that shit's funny and it's not. That's fucked up, but it's cool. It's funny.
Okay, so right here, to me, it looks like she knows that it's like him trying to be funny and trying to like start some content with the fact of Chrisean's pulling up because I believe Chrisean's outside here in the door and she grabs a knife.
I'm good at stuff like this. So
And she's crying, bro, on her goddamn baby shower, you're gonna be doing that?
I'm not good at this.
Cool. It's cool.
No, it's not funny.
And the thing that I always, and I've been saying this in all my videos, if you guys watch them, look at the amount of subs Blueface has. At this point, it's a full-blown reality TV, and he's going to be treating it this way. He's treating it like he has 14,000 people that are paying him $5 a month. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. People just want to see this go down.
No.
Have it.
It's not funny.
Get ready. Go put
It's
on
not
your
funny.
shorts. Bro.
Can I have the
You
knife?
chose what you chose. No. Put on your shorts. You should not be worried about me with the knife.
He's out there looking to see if Chrisean's still out there, which she is, right? So that whole situation happens. Nevaeh ends up saying a couple of things about her. We'll get to that in a bit too. So this right here, Chrisean vows to disrupt Blueface baby mama Nevaeh's baby shower. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you want to go and disrupt Nevaeh's baby shower for content unless she just truly doesn't care about her baby shower? But why would you throw a baby shower and then say like, you know what? Let's just ruin it. Let's just ruin the baby shower. I believe she also says this is the only baby shower she's ever had.
Tell them get in the field. They ain't gonna save you. They not gonna save you. They want to stream it. They want to make money off of what you putting out. A friendly fade. You keep saying I'm gonna call the cops. How? And then Bodine, you ain't kicked nobody out, bro. We laughing. We all laughing. Then y'all keep saying, oh, she ain't bigger than the program, bro. I run the program, bro.
this is something I see them talking about a lot too. The program, like the program. Blueface says it all the time. Bigger than the program. Now we're seeing Chrisean talking about the program. What is the script? Is there a script that they text each other? Is there a group chat between all of them and they say like, okay, we're gonna do this, or do they just let themselves wild out all the time? What is the program that you're talking about? Literally, what is the program? Causing mayhem and drama? Is that the program? Because, I mean,
I run the program, bro. You know what they've been waiting for? For me to pull up. I've been being nice. Y'all worried about him? You should be worried about me. You should be worried about me, bro.
why would anybody be worried about her? Why would anybody be worried about Chrisean, actually?
And then it's like, all right. I'm a human, my nigga. I still love my son, my nigga. You don't think I two-pieced him already? All right, you next. Everybody gotta get the fade. I'm not ready to just give him the fade.
Mind you, this is the same woman who's always talking about how like godly she is now and how into Christianity or whatever the hell religion she's into now. She's out here talking about like beating up Blueface, wanting to fight other people, wanting to like throw fades. Well, what is like exactly religious about? How do you even? Isn't that a contradiction?
Everybody gotta get the fade, chat. Everybody that running their mouth about my son, got to get the fade. Got to get the fade. Then y'all keep playing with me. Chat, turn me out. Chat, look. I'm only sitting here because I'm letting them get comfortable. Just know, look, chat, spam the comments.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very impressed how much like energy she has all the time. Like that's very impressive. It's either drugs, testosterone, or like I don't even know. She has more energy than I do. Like just to consistently always be yelling like this at the top. Like every time we see her, she's talking like this. She's always acting with so much energy. Now, Nevaeh caught Blueface texting Chrisean at the baby shower. So I believe, not that I believe, you can tell that Blueface is coordinating this whole thing to go down. He wants Chrisean to show up at the baby shower because he knows it's going to go viral. Blueface knows it's going to go viral if Chrisean shows up. When's the last time we've seen Nevaeh and Chrisean together? Like, when is the last time we've seen Chrisean and Nevaeh in the same room together? Every time we see them, they're like, it's either Blueface and Chrisean or Blueface and Nevaeh. We haven't seen them together in a really long time. So why would he want her to pull up and crash the baby shower? Like, what kind of interaction would that have even looked like? Obviously, Nevaeh doesn't want her there. Blueface knows that he doesn't want her there, but he still keeps inviting her because he's like, this is going to go viral if you show up, which is essentially kind of what happened.
Hey, man. Hood niggas love too.
So that's what you're doing right now?
Oh, how are you?
Is that what you're doing right now, though?
Oh my god.
Disrespectful.
I can't open my text and you all in my phone.
Like, why are you doing this right now?
What am I doing?
Go to it right now. Let me see. Let me see. You're not gonna show me? You
Tell you what? You
don't
want
got
to see my text messages?
Yeah, let me go. Let me see. I'm trying to see what you want. I'm trying to see something real
See
quick.
my text messages? You going in labor?
That's cool. I want to. Let me see.
Our kid might be retarded. You going in text messages?
Yeah, I agree. Nevaeh's not innocent. I completely agree with that because she's putting up with it because she's getting money out of this. I mean, look at the chains on her neck. Like, you know what I'm saying? She knows she's getting what she wants. All she has to do is get emotionally abused, I guess. And she's fine with that. She's like completely cool with it. She's fine with like putting her personal life out in air. She's fine with like letting Blueface do all these little shenanigans. I guess what Blueface wants out of her is to react the way she does. That's part of the program, right? She wants her to react this way. I don't feel like Nevaeh is like innocent either. I completely agree with that. Y'all realize Blue has had Rock whoop girls out of the house before that refused to leave. That's exactly what's going to happen with Nevaeh if she doesn't leave. Blue is not going to leave Rock alone. I also agree with that. I don't see Blueface and Chrisean ever separating because they make money together. Every time they're together, and this is like literally proof right now. We're gonna watch a video right now that I just saw pop up on my feed from Louis Ace. That he just made a video, and he usually makes like really in-depth videos over situations like this. So many people are making videos on this situation because of Chrisean Rock and Blueface. Now, this wasn't happening when it was just Blueface and Nevaeh. Nobody really cared. It was more like, okay, what was happening like 2 months ago? 2 months ago, he was like kicking her out because he was cheating on her, or she was cheating on her, something like that. They kind of had like an open relationship, and that wasn't really getting numbers, but it was kind of boosting themselves up. So it was establishing Nevaeh to be the new person, that was going to be in this whole mix. Jaden Alexis is out of the picture completely because honestly, nobody really cared for her. When Blueface got locked up, we stopped talking about these people for like 3 years. They come out and they're doing really good. They're doing really good with getting views and having people talk about them. I mean, Blueface said he's making $60,000 a week. He's making $60,000 a week right now because of what he's doing.
Not mine. Let me see. I already got the test on him.
You look at my phone right now.
Okay, so that happened. Then we got Chrisean claims she has no feelings for Blueface and that her recent affection toward him was only an act. Which is, didn't we just see her crying and say like, oh, the weekend's over. I love you, bro. I don't feel like Chrisean is an actor. I don't feel like Chrisean is a good actor. I feel like that's genuinely how she feels. If you think about it, like the only time we see Chrisean is really when she's with Blueface. I don't watch any of their streams. I just see clips like this like everybody else does. But when do we see Chrisean doing anything else that doesn't have to do with Blueface? She's not entertaining by herself. She's not. Her career literally revolves around Blueface.
Chat, I don't got no feelings towards Joe. I'm so numb to him. I treat him like he my brother. Like, yeah, I be loving him and stuff, and not no more. Like, y'all see me clip loving on him. You don't think I'm acting?
No.
No, for sure. I'm a passionate person. Of course you wouldn't think that I'm acting.
A little bit more than passionate.
I'm also strategic too. I think this shit funny as fuck. I don't fuck with none of you niggas. Feel me?
Okay. I mean, I guess she's doing good with her own streaming. I saw one of her live. She had like 30,000 people were watching her live. She has a lot of fans for some reason. She has a lot of people that watch her content. I don't know why. Okay, hold on. Let me read what you guys are saying. People need to know that people can email and call the cops on them both for the assault. Blue was an idiot. He also kicked a pregnant lady 2 times on camera, and anyone can call the police in Hollywood. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a bit too. That is kind of... I got all the clips lined up for that. I'm going to get to that in a second. Chrisean can lose her so-called boxing career. Professional can be arrested and charged for making threats, intimidation, criminal harassment outside of an officially sanctioned athletic. I thought that was a thing too. And it's actually, she can actually get away with that. I know boxers, I know professional like MMA fighters who have assaulted other people, like professional MMA fighters who have assaulted other people and nothing happened to them. There's like no actual legal repercussions unless I don't really see her getting in that much trouble. She can for sure get sued though. She can definitely get sued if the other person decides to do so, and it looked like she was getting jumped. We're gonna get to that in a bit though. The only person that needs to be called the police is the victim of a crime that was made last night. All right. So before we get to that, Nevaeh crashes out after Blueface snuck off with Chrisean. So I don't know. Are they at the streamer prom thing? So they're at the streamer prom thing. Blueface and Nevaeh. They end up showing up to that. And he ends up sneaking out to hang out with Chrisean, and Nevaeh looks for her, or for him. Because the chat is obviously telling... This is the thing again, this is planned. Because Blueface is doing this knowing that the chat is going to tell her. I think they have two separate streams going on at the same time, so the chat is like, yo, Blueface is with Chrisean right now. Chrisean pulled up, and they know that Chrisean has been following them the whole time. Like, this is a planned situation. This is a planned thing. That dress looks crazy too. Her dress looks like toilet paper. That looks like toilet paper that's hanging.
Come on. Matter of fact, take him. Take him. Take the nigga. Take him. Take him. Take the bitch. Take the nigga. No. Nah, they been crazy bitch all day. I can't even. I don't even mess with a motherfucker.
Yo, does anybody know who this Mexican dude is? I've seen him in a lot of clips recently. He's always hanging out with Blueface and them. Who the hell is this Mexican dude? Yeah, so Blueface is inside that car. She's saying you can have him.
Take him. Take him. Have fun with him. Run off. Run up to the sunset with your kids, bitch. Leave your ass, stupid ass baby, bitch.
I mean, I feel like she doesn't even really care. I don't really believe Nevaeh. She's not really the best actor. Okay. You know, if I'm Blueface and I'm scripting this whole situation, right? I'm telling Nevaeh, like, hey, I'm gonna go walk outside. Because right here, she could have, like, Blueface could have been the one texting her, like, hey, come outside and freak out on us, right? It doesn't have to be the chat necessarily. Hey, I'm gonna go outside, wait for me to go outside, wait for me to get inside the car with Chrisean, step outside, and then freak out. They wanted this to be a clip. So the police are outside already. She starts screaming, I hate you, go stay with him, whatever, da, 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 da. I don't believe Nevaeh. Whatever. Now, the fight situation happens. Now, they stop streaming, I think, because I don't actually see a stream, which is the weird part. This is the weird part about Blueface, because, what was it, 2 days ago, he was talking about how he wanted to only hang out with Chrisean when they were streaming. I haven't seen any clips from the fight or what started up the fight, and we'll look for it right now. I don't know if you guys have seen it already, but I haven't seen any clips of the fight when they're streaming. They weren't streaming. Hold on, I need to read what you guys are saying. That's Blueface's handler. I think he's part of Sue's. Okay, he's not Mexican. That's Bowden. It's Bowden. She beat up a girl up last night. Yeah, we're about to get to that. It's on video. The girl hit her first. That was self-defense. We can cry victim. Yeah, I mean, if she hit her first, that is technically self-defense. Bodine? Is it Bodine or Bowden? Also, Nevaeh has opened a kick account. Oh, okay. The baby is absorbing all that negative energy, though, real or fake. Yeah, that baby's feeling all of that for sure. It's scripted. Yep, it's absolutely scripted. I mean, I've been saying this. I want to say, like, 90% of it is scripted, but then, like, there's that 5% that it's not professional, like, TV that they're doing here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not filming, they're not Christopher Nolan or like some high-end TV, like reality TV. This is like some in-house reality TV. 5% is bound to be, like, actually true. It's definitely scripted, but I do believe there are a lot of, yeah, that's what I'm saying, real reactions. What do we see? Listen, she has been disrespecting Chrisean, her son, all week. Yeah, I guess so. She has, but I mean, Chrisean's also been technically disrespecting as well, but by like, yeah, this is all Blueface's fault though. I'm not even going to speak on that because it's Blueface's fault. He should be picking a woman if he's, you know, if he's not even marrying or engaged to any of them. He hasn't been. I don't even think he plans on doing so. So he has like 3 different girlfriends he bounces back and forth with, and it's really all their fault for putting up with it. So the disrespecting, if you think about it, like if this was a married man or a married woman and Chrisean, like if Blueface and Nevaeh were married and Chrisean was jumping in, she would technically be a homewrecker, right? Like, hey, you had your baby, you guys aren't together, you guys are divorced or whatever, like stop stepping in. But that's not the case because they're not married and they're not really truly together, I feel like. They just had a baby for content. Chrisean said this. I'm pretty positive Nevaeh has even said this, that they're just having a baby for content. So, I mean, part of the script, I guess. She needs to stop playing everybody don't play like that, pulling up to events, family members gathering and stuff that will get a person hurt for real. Yeah, but again, I feel like the family members know that this is what they're doing. I mean, imagine seeing your daughter acting like this on camera every single week. And it's not like we're not all seeing it. This is literally on everyone's feed. And this is what I was talking about earlier. They've done so well with going viral recently that this is literally on everyone's feed. They're doing a good job going viral. So imagine the family members, imagine Nevaeh's family members seeing all of this go down all the time. It's just like they know what it is. And it's also just like ratchet at the end of the day. Like this is one of the things I don't understand about rappers or like situations like this. Like if you start making a certain amount of money, why continue to live ghetto? You know what I'm saying? Like you can buy a nice house and stuff, but if you're still acting ghetto and acting hood and going on the street and fighting random people, like there's no reason to do that. Like you're just still living ghetto. And this whole situation with Blueface having 3 different baby mamas, that's ghetto. You know what I'm saying? But I guess if you're making money, it is what it is. And that's the thing too about what we saw yesterday with Chrisean. What was it? What we saw with Chrisean at Burberry. And she was acting a fool. She was in her underwear with her Hanes underwear and her bra at Burberry shopping. Like, bro, I don't know if you guys ever been to, like, I'm sure everyone's walked into a Louis Vuitton store. Even if you don't got it, right? Like, act like you belong there. Act like you, like, there's a certain standard. There's a reason why those stores exist. And it's because you're buying an experience. You're buying the clothing, sure, but really it's the experience of walking in and getting treated like, oh, you're a boss, you're a player, you're a big baller, right? But if you're walking in extremely ghetto in your underwear and then you start shadow boxing Blueface in the middle of the Burberry store and then like dancing, and that's just like, I get it, it's for the clips, but there's no reason for that. There's literally like, what is the point of making money if you're still going to be acting like you're in high school, right? That's his bodyguard. Really? Bo Dean. This is 100% not scripted. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see it not be scripted. I don't think they're the smartest individuals, but they're good at what they're doing right now. I'll give them that. But now he wants to go and involve himself in the drama when he's already on probation. She's under investigation. Is he still under probation? How long is he in probation for? That's interesting. Get on Tubi. F it. No disrespect. Hold on. First of all, Chrisean disrespected her own son drinking and smoking while he was in the belly. Come on now. She's been disrespecting her son. So, okay. I understand what you're saying with Nevaeh disrespecting Chrisean first. But Chrisean deserves that disrespect. I feel like us as a society, we should bring bullying back to a certain degree and hold people to like certain standards. If you see a pregnant woman smoking and drinking, you have to say something. You have to say, like, you cannot accept it and be like it's a normal thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So Nevaeh calling it out as it is, I don't see an issue with that. I don't see it as disrespect. I see it like that's exactly what she deserves to be told by somebody in public. She should be shamed for it. And honestly, at the same time, Chrisean is like kind of mentally strong. I'm gonna give it to her, or like just isn't really thinking, because the amount of hate comments she receives. Imagine like going on the internet and every time it's just people talking down on you all the time. And she's doing it to herself, obviously. So it's kind of like, I'm not really pitying her, but it's like, where is your mindset if you're purposely making yourself be hated and you're purposely doing damage to your own son and you're purposely living a life of drama for money? It's just a lot. I don't know. I don't even know if that's for me. I don't think that's for me. I'm gonna tell you that much, actually. You would have to pay me a lot more money than $60,000 for me to be, going out here and acting a fool like that. They belong together. Chrisean been disrespecting. It's scripted, but he manipulating the woman and puts them against each other for content. Plus running a weird baby farm. Yep. Completely agree. Him and Chrisean are like twin flames. It doesn't matter if he hit her first or not. She's registered now. That girl is going to get paid. I hope she loses her license. I don't know if she'll lose her license or not, though, to be honest. Like I said, I know a situation of somebody who was a professional MMA fighter didn't lose his license. Chrisean has damaged her child from drinking alcohol and drugs, miscarried the child because she couldn't get an abortion. Look it up. She keeps saying she wanted to actually kill him, but he survived. And you know what's crazy? There was one state, I don't remember if it was like Minnesota or something, that they're allowing abortions now at any stage of the pregnancy. By the way, I'm having my own child next week. My wife gets in I guess we get to pick a day. She's having a membrane sweep next week. And this is why I feel like a little bit more passionate about this topic, because my firstborn child is being born. And it's just like, I can't even fathom the idea of allowing my wife or girlfriend at the time doing that stuff. You know, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. I think they both are menace to society. Yep, absolutely. They're definitely menaces to society. They're both going to end up in jail again. I think that's what they want. There's something weird about people. I think there's something weird about people who go to jail, that they love going back to jail. They love it. I think they probably see it like as a little retreat and a refresher. How can you make a video reaction to Blueface? You don't know who Bowden is. Well, the reason I watch the stuff that goes on, I don't watch their streams. I don't want to watch their streams. I don't want to give them money, you know what I'm saying, for what they're doing. I don't care to see what their little goons are. Not interested. Not interested about who their security guards are. After a while, nobody will have to deal with Pebble. She'll be in jail. She's already under investigation. Indictment is coming. I would not be surprised to see that happening, honestly. Hopefully it does happen. She should have been arrested for giving birth to that poor child, honestly. Both crackheads, so ratchet. Whatever Chrisean did to her own son is her business. Again, I just talked about that. No, it's not. We should, as a society, we should shame people for doing so. It's not like, well, it's her business. Let her do what it is. I don't agree with that entirely. Especially I think the problem is we're giving this person a platform. We're giving this person a platform, and she has a platform, and she's done damage in a way that's just heavily frowned upon. We know it's frowned upon. So I don't know. Okay, Nevaeh should not be speaking on a woman's son. Okay, yeah, I don't agree with you. They're a menace. What's ghetto? This whole thing is ghetto. What do you mean, what's ghetto? I'm sure this guy doesn't know any of them, but he's just doing a reaction for views. Brother, I've been covering Chrisean Rock for like over 3 years. Literally go on my channel, look at my videos, literally search up Chrisean Rock Blueface. Like 3-4 years ago, I've been making videos on this topic. I don't know how this girl keeps to fight Chrisean. She really got them hands. I feel like the music industry does that on purpose, though. Maybe, I don't know, too much of conspiracy theorists. That's the weird thing about Blueface. He doesn't make music anymore. He's not making music anymore. So this is, I believe, the majority of his income is through here. And I'm very positive there's an interview from like years ago where they ask him about his contract and he doesn't know what his contract is. So I think he signed like a very, very bad deal. And this was signed years ago, so I think streaming doesn't fall in line with what they take money from. So that's why I believe is the reason he doesn't make music anymore. Because he just doesn't get paid for it. There's no reason for him to put any effort into making music if he's not getting paid for it. So he's going over to this reality TV style of video, and it's working, and he's getting paid, and he's bouncing back. It's a great comeback plan from him, obviously. He's really capitalizing on what he has. At the end of the day, I don't give a F if Nevaeh spoke to her son. That's the truth. That's the effing truth. What the F going on? Okay, I don't know what you're saying. That poor child is like that because of Chrisean. Her selfish behavior and trying to doesn't help that child with the treatment, real treatment. Yeah, that's the thing. The child needs treatment. We don't know if the child's getting treatment. I don't think the child's getting treatment. They for sure don't qualify for like state assistance. I don't think she's, and those treatments are expensive too. I don't think Chrisean has it in her to like sacrifice 1/3 or 2/3 of her income to treat her child when she already purposely put her child in that position. I don't see her giving that child treatment. Probably some really janky treatment, honestly. Nerd plus money is still a nerd with money. Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know what that applies with, though. He said he only wanted one baby mama, wanted all his kids by one person. Blueface said that? He said he only wanted one baby mama and wanted all his kids by one person. Crackheads that will whoop you. Yeah, I'm sure crackheads are, there's crackhead strength for a reason. All I gotta say is be that close to my door while I'm pregnant, and you've already made threats towards me. Everybody don't play, especially when we got a gun license. Yeah, I mean, again though, it's scripted to a certain degree, so I don't think she's really gonna shoot Chrisean. That would be crazy. That would be really crazy if she shot Chrisean. She looked really feral and horrible. She has no class or anything. She acts like a wild animal. She does. She has like crackhead energy for sure. Why you keep tearing this girl down? I already mentioned it. It's not tearing her down. It's just giving her what she deserves. It's not even tearing her down at all. She did it to herself. He finished probation last week. Is that why he's acting out? Okay. So he's acting out and he's doing all of this. This is why all of a sudden he's getting in fights. His mom said probation for a few weeks now. Okay, that makes sense. So he's acting out now. I understand, but I'm the youngest girl with 5 brothers. If I was in the same situation, my brother's not going to play about me and they would not care about okay, yeah, so I have a younger sister and I wouldn't allow my sister, but these are grown adults too at the end of the day, and if my sister's acting like that already, she's a wild crackhead, tearing her down. Let me scroll down. You guys are leaving a lot of comments right here. I can't go through all of them. Congratulations to you. I hope you have a healthy baby and successful. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm excited. I'm going to be in the hospital next week. She gets induced. What is it? Membrane sweep on Friday, and then she gets induced, I think the next day or 2 days after, something like that. Yes, it's legal, especially if she's a registered firearm. Okay, so let's watch. We'll watch the video real quick. Guys, it's not our job to give someone what they deserve. That's God's job. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's watch her throw hands real quick. I'm sure a lot of you guys watched this video already. YouTube's not gonna like me showing you, but we'll go frame by frame just so I don't get in trouble. Okay, so Blueface is like a trainer right here. It's like a, what is it? A chicken fight, you know? Like he's trying to like a dog fight or something. Who is this random girl too? And I'm gonna give it to you. Chrisean can fight. Chrisean has hands. Chrisean has hands. She's like one of those people that are built for fighting. She's literally built for fighting. She's shaped like a pit bull. She has a great body though, I think. She has great, I mean, we're checking her out here. She has a great body, especially for having a kid already. So Blueface right here looking over. Don't know why. This is a girl right here. She does throw the first punch. You're right. Yep, she does throw the first punch. Unless there was already some punches thrown before. Boom, right there. Chrisean falls. Whoops. Let me zoom in for you guys. Let me zoom in. She has hands. Okay, this was the crazy part. I'd be pissed if someone did this to my car, but it is crazy. Slamming the head against the car. Bro. So, from a lawsuit perspective, so this is what, let's assume a lawsuit happens, right? Let's assume a lawsuit happens. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what's going to happen. So, what the girl can say, what this girl who attacked her first can say, she was in fear of her life. If she was by herself or with like only a couple people, she can say she was in fear for her life because she was surrounded by a bunch of other people and she was defending herself. She was standing her own ground. She can definitely do that. Blueface was already trying to get into Dean's streamer prom or whatever the hell it was called. He was already trying to get into that with all of his people, and he was getting pissed that they weren't trying to let him in with all the people that he was walking with. So it's already on video proven that Blueface had a bunch of, gang members with him. Blueface is a gay member. Chrisean is Chrisean a gay member? I don't think so, but she hangs out with them all the time, right? So this lady could say that she was in fear for her life and she was defending herself. Now, when Chrisean throws a couple of punches, whatever, and then the girl falls, she's supposed to technically back off and walk away. Obviously, that's never going to happen. What Chrisean decides to do is grab her by the hair and start slamming her head against the car. Now, she has a concussion. She can go to the... If this girl is smart enough, she's going to go to the hospital. She's going to get checked out. She's going to say that she has a headache. She's going to say that she had a concussion, that she got jumped, and she wants to press charges. She knows exactly who they are, and there's video footage, and there's multiple different witnesses. Now, Chrisean, how can Chrisean get in trouble with her fighting license? If they press charges, I think she can get in trouble. I just don't know. I don't even think she's big enough, honestly. I don't even think the gaming commission or the boxing commission would even care to have her. I'm positive she could probably still fight and do like those streamer fights that people do where they're like unsanctioned fights. Very stupid of Chrisean to do so, though. If she's really trying to start a boxing career, she's out here doing this, fighting random people on the street. I read somewhere, and if someone please confirm this, my mixtape said, got in a street fight after attending her ex-baby. Okay, no, that's not the tweet. Someone said, I don't have it here. Someone said that was Nevaeh's sister. I don't think so, though. I don't think it was his sister. But, you know, video footage, Blueface walking right behind her. I don't understand their dynamic. I really don't understand their dynamic. Okay, let me read what you guys are saying real quick before I continue. The victim is Jaden Alexa's friend. Okay, is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Jaden Alexa's friend? At this point, all I have left is pity. She's a fake, deceitful hypocrite using God's name for a cover-up. She reminds me of Tyson. No offense, Tyson. Kind of slowish. Yeah, no, she for sure has that dog in her. She for sure has that dog in her. I wouldn't want to fight Chrisean. I would not want to fight Chrisean. Chrisean slammed the girl's head into the car and then Blue kicks her twice. I did see that thing about... I did notice that Blueface looked like he was kicking her. This is an easy lawsuit. This is an easy lawsuit. Let him destroy her whole life. Got tried. You know the thing, though? The thing about people, and especially in LA, is like, let's assume that this girl that they end up fighting, like, oh, no snitching. No snitching. You can't snitch. You can't snitch. Personally, I'm calling my lawyers immediately. I'm not playing about that. I'm taking all of Blueface's money. I'm running Chrisean's pockets. I'm walking out there. I'm calling the ambulance. I'm getting airlifted out of there. How many generations is it going to take to weed out the effects of a crack epidemic? This is a crackhead. I'm not getting into that. That's a crazy comment. But you know, the crack epidemic was a real thing for sure. That there is a lot of people. Jane Alexa's friend. I hope you're all right, sweetheart. It is Jane Alexa's friend. Wow. What the hell is Jane Alexa's friend even doing out there? What are these people even doing hanging out with these people? Is like, it's not like she was out there minding her own business. Let me see. There was a fight before. There was also fights before the clubs and hit. Okay, so the fight happened out inside first. Were they at the club? That girl ain't signed no NDA. Yeah, I saw that about the NDA. That's stupid. Like, an NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. So you don't talk about what the non-disclosure agreement is about because you're not disclosing the agreement. You know, that's stupid. I don't even think Chrisean knows what an NDA is. Okay, did it to herself and her baby. She should be ashamed of herself and then denied that she was drinking. Come on now. Anybody that rolls with pebbles. Did I read that already? He kicked the girl while she was on the ground. That was unnecessary. They owe each other beatings. She called the police officers, press charges on Chrisean. Oh, she did. Okay. Ain't no rules in a street fight? Yeah, there is no rules in a street fight. But again, and this is just me, Blueface, I believe, and I'm going to fact check this real quick. I'm pretty positive me and Blueface are the same age. I'm pretty positive. He's a year older than me. There's just, at some point, you gotta like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be too old for street fights at some point. But also, he's a game member, so thank you for the gift. This actually, whoever just sent me a gift, that's the first gift I ever gotten. Uncle Alert. Oh my God. First gift I ever gotten, though. Thank you for that. First time streaming, too. So, hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for pulling up. This is the first time I ever streamed. We're doing a lot of progress right here. So let me actually refresh. I actually want to ask you guys, where do you guys get your Chrisean news? Because it's on my feed. It's on literally, I get everything off Twitter. Literally everything's off Twitter. Done defending her, done feeling sorry for her. I'm surprised that it took you up to this point to stop defending her, honestly. I'm genuinely surprised. A lot of people were really giving her the benefit of the doubt. A lot of people were really trying to, like, you know, that does not make sense to me. Damn, I need to bring this chat closer, guys. You guys are... Let me bring this closer. Let me see. Let me move. You guys are moving. Why? Because you're scared to get beat up by a woman from a woman at Chicago? I'm scared to get beat by a woman. I just don't want to fight nobody. Is that? Are you talking to me? Oh no, you guys are talking between each other. I was like, what? I'm like, I don't want to fight Chrisean. Okay, let's watch. It seems like okay. Chrisean got into the scuffle. This is a video again of her getting in the fight. Cool. We're gonna hear about this again later today. I'm not gonna make a video on this until later today because I know that Blueface and Chrisean are gonna say something about it. They're gonna continue to incriminate themselves because that's something they're really good at. They're really good. Okay, this is the girl. Oh, so the girl that fought Chrisean is Jaden's friend. If y'all remember, I need to bookmark this. Okay, the woman that enters a fight. So this is her. She ended up posting receipts because she's gonna get ready for that lawsuit. Good for her. Good for her. Her name is Tusai Got It. What was she doing out there, though? What was she doing out there? Yeah, even people are saying, what is the point of making, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Blueface and Chrisean are out here flexing all this money and going on all these shopping sprees. And then they end up putting themselves in a position that is going to end up costing them more money and potentially get them sued. Now they're going to get paid medical bills. She can run up the medical tab. I'm going to tell you that much. She can literally, if she gets a good lawyer, which I'm sure there's good lawyers in California, she's going to start doing physical therapy. She's going to get all those hospital bills up. She's going to rack up easily like 80 to 100,000. And if Blueface loses a lawsuit, which he's most likely going to lose, he's going to have to pay for those medical expenses and then give her some money for damages. So we're looking at like a lot of money, 6 figures for sure that he's just going to have to. And I don't think Blueface has like 6 figures to just throw around like that. If he's out here flexing that he just started making $60,000, I don't think he has, $500,000 just to throw around on a lot. But again, this isn't him necessarily. This is Chrisean. And Chrisean definitely doesn't have that money. So they could just say that they're broke and not pay for it. Wipe their hands with it. Say, whoopsies, don't got the money for it. I'll take the charge. Chrisean needs prison for life. I'll believe me, she went to that hospital. Blueface got involved. I will go to the hospital too. Yeah, you got to go to the hospital. They buy view bots. I can see them buying view bots for sure, but those subscribers aren't bought. Like, I don't think you can fake subscribers. They have 40,000 subscribers, and you multiply 40,000 times 5. He owes 13 million from what? Holy Hands. Holy Hands was funny. They can't even get therapy for Junior. Yeah, they don't even get the money to actually. Chrisean's not even sacrificing money for her own child. What makes you think she's going to end up paying this lawsuit? And I'm telling you, if this lady presses charges, which she should, why isn't Chrisean in jail? Hennessy hands. Why everybody always talking about her motherhood? I mean, okay. I agree with you. Like, oh, let's just drop it. Let's just forgive her. We shouldn't be talking about her motherhood. We shouldn't be talking about the fact that she poisoned her child. Let's just not talk about that. But she's always constantly bringing the child on stream. What other streamers do you see consistently putting their child on stream? Who? Name them. There's no reason why, if she, like, if anything, if she really, she knows that this is what gets people talking, and she knows that this is what gets people, you know, riled up, and she's doing it on purpose. She's profiting off of this. I believe she said this herself. Are they both live today? Well, they were live last night, so I'm assuming they won't be till later today. I don't watch their lives, I don't know, but I haven't seen any clips. I've only saw these clips this morning right now from like academics posting them. Academics is Academics is actually going a little bit too hard on this Chrisean stuff. Yeah, he's posting all this stuff out of order too. Oh, Blueface 13 minutes at the Las Vegas strip club. That's right. That's right. I do remember that. He shot that one guy. I do remember that. I believe I made a video on that too. That was a while ago. That was a couple years ago. That was like 4 years ago. So you talk about her fight, but not offing people? Oh no, I've talked about her offing people. That has been established. That has been established. We have been talking about potentially allegedly offing people. It just makes too much sense. The way they're moving, at least, if I'm an investigator, right? If I'm an investigator and I'm trying to like figure out whether or not this Chrisean and Blueface situation actually ended up with, leading to the murder of her potential baby daddy, Ronnie. If I'm an investigator and I see all this stuff going on, you're just building and piling up evidence. The easiest job for a cop, investigator. Literally the easiest. She also drank lean. Oh, I didn't know she was drinking lean too. I did not know she was drinking lean too. Yeah, y'all read it. They can never make me hate Chrisean. Ooh, they can never make me hate. Water Girl 3. They can never make me hate Chrisean. Water Girl, you're lost. You're lost in the sauce. You don't gotta hate her. No one's saying we hate her. We just don't like her. And it's not that we don't like her because this is like, like, first of all, I'm a man. I'm not out here gossiping like a woman or anything. I'm just calling it as it is. Like, this is just weird. I say I'm a man as I put chapstick on. Nevaeh's not gonna fight Pebbles. She's smart. She's gonna have something. She brings her disabled kid on stream with crap of him embarrassing him, and she gets angry about folks talking about him. Yes, didn't she just show her child like when he had like diarrhea and it was all over his back because he was wearing diapers, and she comes and shows stream? Like, that lady does not care. That lady does not care. She thought when that happened, she's like, oh my God, this is going to be so funny to show stream is going to get clipped. It's going to get clipped. That's what she wants. And they for sure got to be paying academics for the amount of clips that he's posting about them. They for sure got to be paying academics. Okay, so you know how I was talking earlier about I need to switch channels actually because I got that YouTube Prime, baby. What is it? Premium? There's this video I was telling you guys. Everyone's making videos. Oh, we also got the Keefe D situation. I need to cover that too in a bit. That's gonna be crazy. I'm kind of pissed I'm not watching that. So we'll watch this video first. We'll watch this video first. Chrisean Rock Files. This guy, Louis Asa. Hold on, let me fix the screen up for you guys so it doesn't look crazy. Let me fix this up for you guys. Let me fix this up for you guys. Wow, this streaming stuff's hard, guys. Look at that. Look at all the work I gotta do. Okay. So, this should be a really good video.
Nothing wrong with society, thanks to her reputation as the unhinged queen of
Let me know if you guys can hear.
and her apparent tolerance for the dysfunctional relationships in her life.
Yeah, because it's a little... Whoa, my bad, Chad. Whoa, wait, you put a hole in my wall. You rich. You can bring.
Let me know if you guys can hear. Hold on, I'm gonna switch to my headphones so it doesn't intervene.
Above all, there was a general sense that the most harm she was doing to anyone was herself. And because of that, it was okay to laugh at her outlandish, degenerate ways.
Chrisean, why the fuck would you eat a rose? Bro, spit it out, 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 spit it out. Why the fuck was you just... I know you're playing.
I was trying to say it was plastic.
I know you did not just do that.
You don't never have like intrusive thoughts, bro. Chips. Let me live. One more PSA. Mark my words. I'm gonna be.
You know what sucks about Chrisean too? She's like not ugly. Like Chrisean is not an ugly girl. Like if she fixed herself up, well, when she like right here, she's cute. Chrisean is cute. But for whatever reason, she just wants to like tear herself down. You would think like, oh, well, she doesn't got the money. She does got the money. But this is the look that she wants to go for? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Look at that. Real shit. Like, big rock. You hear me? So, just tune in. Keep up.
After enduring some storms, she's recently been trying
She
to find
stinks.
her way back and envisioning her life as a woman of faith.
Every time I slid on the stage. And that's why I always, like, was drunk. Like, I couldn't.
Because you're trying to find satisfaction.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Who the hell is this guy, by the way? I do not like the fact that he's out here. Is he related to the church? Because this is, he was holding a Bible, I believe. And I don't like the way, I just don't like, I haven't seen that many people call her out to her face. I just don't like that.
And even through that, I wake up heavy, heartbroken, sick, not wanted, suicidal, questioning myself. But I knew there's a God. He's real.
Wow.
And I just knew I was doing it to myself, but I kept asking him for a way out. Like, what do I do? What do I do?
And you calling on him, calling on him.
But now it looks like it might be a little too late, as she may have bigger issues to try and navigate in the near future.
Chrisean, baby, you going to jail. No, you're not going to jail. You're going to prison. You know why you're going to prison? Because you keep playing on this internet.
And I'm surprised she's not. I'm surprised she's not in prison yet. And, you know, this is something I feel like there's a lot of streamers or a lot of content creators who feel like they're untouchable. Who's that Chud the Builder guy, right? We got that Chud the Builder guy. There was this one kid, Johnny Somali, who was playing with people in Japan or Korea. And now he's facing a bunch of, like, there's a bunch of streamers and content creators who go out here and, like, they start creating content, which really is, when it gets to this stage and people start talking to it and more eyes start, like, they're bound to, like, they got to keep one-upping themselves every single time. And that's kind of like the pyramid scheme that they kind of put themselves into, right? It's a cycle that they got to keep going viral all the time. Because if you think about it, Chrisean has no skills aside from now boxing, I guess. But prior to this, she had no skills aside from creating drama. Her skill was creating drama. So if you think about it, if that's the way she makes money and that's the way she lives and that's the way that her business works, then she always has to constantly keep one-upping. And eventually it goes and it leads to that illegal territory. And you're going to end up in prison playing like that.
We all know that you had something to do with motherfucking Ronnie's death. Ain't nobody dumb, ain't nobody slow, ain't nobody stupid, bitch.
Yeah.
As behind all those laughs we had at her expense, there's a far more sinister side of it, all that may have swept at least one, if not several innocent people up in. And now it appears that not only has she ruined one life out of the starting gate, but may have actually ended others in cold blood. If you're here, you know exactly how Chrisean shot into the public consciousness. The other half of a chaotic relationship with none other than the West Coast rapper Blueface, their entire time together felt like it played out in full view of social media. The more she became obsessed with him, right down to inking his face on her body several times, the more they seemed to spiral.
That, to me, her getting her face tattooed, the moment she did that, that was probably one of the biggest shock factors you could possibly do, because it wasn't a little tattoo. Let me go back. That's not a little tattoo. That's not something you do. First of all, I don't feel like any sane person does something like that. I don't feel like any sane person puts the face of another man on their face like that. And how old is she again? She's like, what, 25? How old was Chrisean when she put that tattoo on her face? Like, I guess her frontal lobe wasn't developed at the time, but that's like, dude, I was 23 you know, I would never have put the face of another man I'm not even married to. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put my wife's face. I wouldn't put my wife's face on my face. I don't even, my wife wouldn't even want that. No regular people will want something like that. I just don't get that. The moment she did this, I'm like, oh yeah, it's going to go downhill from here. This is like junkie stuff. This is stuff junkies do.
Obsessed with him, right down to inking his face on her body several times.
It's like an oath and a humiliation. Honestly, it is basically a humiliation ritual. This is literally a humiliation ritual. And then she's out here talking about, what was she saying earlier? What that video we were watching earlier, she was talking about like, oh, I don't care about him. I'm bigger than the program. How are you bigger than any program when you got the face of another man tattooed on your face? Like what? He loved pimping her? That is not love. He humiliates her and disrespects her. I just don't understand that. I genuinely do not understand that. Neve is scary. She loved throwing rocks and hiding hands and want to cry later. Nah. I mean, Blue don't love her. He used her for views. They do crack together. I wouldn't be surprised if they do crack together. You watch her on Kick? Why? Listen, real is real. Go watch Blue's live. He telling it like it is. No, that's the thing about Blueface, so I'll give it to him. He actually is saying it how it is. And these women are still playing along with it. That's why a lot of people aren't really bashing Blueface as much. Like, a lot of people aren't bashing Blueface at all because he's literally telling them, this is what I'm doing to you. This is why I'm doing it.
The more they seem to spiral into a violent cycle of abuse and reconciliation.
At first, I was being real.
This is my favorite comment. Jacqueline said, stay out of black folks' business. You don't know about our culture. What the hell about this is black culture? Like, please tell me. Please enlighten me how you want to sit here and like defend this and say that this is your culture. Please go ahead, write me a paragraph. I would love to read it.
Seem to spiral into a violent cycle of abuse and reconciliation.
At first, I was being real tight and strict because it was like, we don't even really F with each other. What are you doing? Then it went from like, come on, stop being mean to me. All right, I'll stop being mean to you and I'll just be nice talking to you. Now it's back to, he don't really like what I got going on. He don't like that I'm following people back. He called me a pop star because I'm following everybody back that was supporting me in the begin with, and they A-list celebrities. Then my baby daddy got serious mental issues, for real. He over here mad because I don't even know. First, it was like, all right, it's cool, you can break up with me. You can follow boys back, you know, back, okay, because he following, you know, bitches, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm standing in my lane.
The darkest part of all of it is that their dysfunctional relationship was deemed to be so marketable that it was documented for the cameras on their ill-advised Zeus reality TV show.
Babe, the glass.
Bro,
I'm getting the glass out.
you can't just rip it like that.
I'm not ripping it. I'm getting it out. Look.
Where people stopped laughing and began to be a little concerned by everything they were seeing was when it was announced that Chrisean was...
Look at that. 52,000 people on Instagram Live watching her. Look at all the people. Is it a boy or a girl? This is before people knew that she was out here acting crazy. You're so beautiful. She's so cute. She had a lot of fans. She had so many fans and she threw that all the way for what? Chrisean could have gone a completely different path, like a really good positive path in life, and she purposely keeps choosing the dark evil path that's just going to land her in prison. She would have probably even had a more successful career if she would have gotten into something sports related, because we've known that she was really into sports when she was younger. She has a really, like, she's not the brightest person, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she's just not smart at all. But that, I feel like people would have like related to that, and that's the reason why she was doing so well when she was first popping up. She had a lot of fans, and she lost so many people, I feel like, but she also gained a lot at the same time. I don't know.
Pregnant. It was one thing that they were intent on torturing themselves, but bringing
her fans are rocktards and bird brains evil. There's a lot of, and this is a problem, I feel like. I'm trying to figure out, because I can see analytics when I post videos about this, and the majority is women who watch this, and it's majority, at least the people who watch my videos when I'm obviously not talking positive about Chrisean, it's usually people within like the 35 over 35 age range, which is smarter women, right? Most of you guys have your shit together. You guys are smart women. You know what's right and wrong. I want to assume, and this is one of the problems, another problem that I have with this situation is I want to say that this is younger women, like high school, 18, under 20, people under that 20-year-old range. And they're seeing her as like, oh my God, she has so much money. Oh my God, she's a streamer. Oh my God, she has all this designer. Oh my God, she has chains. Oh my God, she's dating a rapper. I want to be like her. You know what I'm saying? But she's doing all these things that are just clearly not right. We all know as grown adults with fully developed frontal lobes that this is not right, that this is stuff that's going to put you in prison. And she's influencing a younger generation in a very negative way, in a very, very negative way.
Kid into the mix is a different matter entirely. And to put it bluntly, most people felt like the kid didn't have a hope in hell even before he was born.
I want to put up $5,000 that Blueface and...
When I saw this video of Charleston White, I literally started, I vividly remember when I saw this video of Charleston White, I started laughing so hard because he's not wrong.
Christian Rock have a retarded baby. Let's start making bets now. Come on now. I got $5,000 that Christian Rock and Blueface have a baby. Baby gonna be dumb in the motherfucker. They not gonna have a healthy baby. Look, I got bets on it right now. I got $2,000. I got a side bet that the baby don't make it. I got a $2,000 side bet that they baby don't make it. Who want to bet? Who want to take these goddamn bets? Say no. I got 5,000. I say somebody tag Blueface. Somebody tag Blueface and Christian Rock. I got $5,000 that they have a retarded baby. If it ain't gonna be retarded, it's gonna be autistic. Or if it ain't be autistic, it's gonna be a mute baby. One of them kind of baby. I got a $2,000 side bet that the baby don't make it. I got $2,000 that Christian Rock baby don't make the 9 months. That motherfucker baby don't stand a chance in life. Say, no, I'm dead, motherfucker, serious. Who want to bet? I'm taking all bet. I'm taking all motherfucking bet. $5,000, that baby come out retarded. That's gonna be a retarded baby. That baby will not be able to play well with other kids normally. That baby will not be able to go outside and ever play by himself without being supervised. Between him...
I feel like that's one of the things also, and he has a great point. My grandmother had my uncle, I guess my oldest uncle, a child with Down syndrome. And he lived until he was like in his late 50s. My grandma was by his side. Literally her entire life was dedicated to taking care of this child. Her entire life. And she was a great mother. Chrisean Rock doesn't realize that she's going to have to do this for the rest of her life. This child can't even... That's why she keeps saying, like, I believe that he can walk. I can believe that he can walk. And the only reason why she would be saying that, I feel like, is if doctors told her that he won't be able to speak and he won't be able to walk. And if that's the situation that she's in right now, and I'm assuming it is the situation that she's in right now, she is going to be in such a terrible situation, because this is a situation my grandmother lived. You know what I'm saying? And I seen it firsthand. You got to like feed this person. You got to change this person's diapers. Like it's a sad situation. And at least, you know, from the Down syndrome perspective, it's something you can't control. But from this perspective, this was a self-inflicted situation. And she doesn't realize that for the rest of her life, she's always going to have to treat this child, even in his late 20s and 30s and 40s, or however long this kid ends up living for, like a child. And he's always going to need the care from his mother. She doesn't realize that she's always going to have to be taking care of this child.
And her, yeah, that baby ain't finna make it.
Considering how little people expected of her, it would have been easy for Chrisean to rise above. Instead, she was seen as partying throughout the duration of her pregnancy with Chrisean Jr., even being on camera saying that she planned to terminate the pregnancy when things with her and Blueface were turbulent.
Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
So you got no liquor?
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No.
You don't want to have a kid? I don't want to have a kid. And I know it's his kid. I don't care. I'm still killing it. That's the fun part about it.
Shockingly, a little kid that needed to be welcomed by love was used as a pawn in their game. All the while, things between the two continued to deteriorate as allegations of assault poured in.
I was in the corner of the bed. He was beating my body. And then he if you move, your stomach gonna bleed. I'm gonna kill this baby. You're gonna be bleeding for a month on schoolyard crib. You're not a crib. That's not crib.
Against the odds,
Did she say on schoolyard crib? Is she a crib?
Chrisean Jr. was born, but it immediately seemed like there was something wrong, as his development continued in a stunted fashion. Blueface's notoriously opinionated mom, Alyssa Saffold, suggested the blame all felt on Chrisean.
And different problems like that. We know what that shit come from. We got kids. They tell us when we pregnant what to do, what not to do, what can happen, what cannot happen, all of that. John already got 2 kids and they came out perfectly fine. No issues at all. So to be saying that the pregnancy and the this and the that, we watched it on TV. We watched it. I don't know how we was able to watch it legally, but we all watched that shit legally. And I tried. I said, don't do this, don't do that. And y'all told her, don't listen to her, don't listen to her. She's a hater, she's just jealous. That's what y'all told her.
Exactly what's going down with Chrisean Jr. remains not just a mystery, not just in terms of what it actually is, but how it happened in the first place. Blueface doesn't think the kid is disabled, but that there's simply negligence on her part that stunted his development.
But when you look at the pictures and the videos, it somewhat appears that there's some disability going on. Is that true?
You know what? There is no disability. The only disability is her.
Huh.
She's not, how can I say this? She's not like into it enough. You know what I mean? So
This is where Blueface loses me a bit, because this is the same interview where he's asked whether or not this is his child. And he's talking down on Chrisean, saying that the only disability, he denies that the baby has a disability, right? Which is like, okay, that's just a weird. It's so either you and Chrisean are both, you know, this is such a weird thing for him to say. He can either be playing like chess, you know what I'm saying? And then be knowing that this is going to go viral by him saying that he doesn't have a disability. Because why would he? Okay, I'm gonna let it play.
Do with kids, and you know how they start off walking and talking. It's a build up to that, and it takes a lot of you walking and talking to them.
Okay,
and that's where she's like not doing enough at.
Chrisean also claims he's in perfect health, but goes one further by maintaining everything occurring as natural.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that how the kid's blind too. Well, that was that one picture that just went viral recently, right? Where it's Blueface, Chrisean, and the kid sitting on the lap, but they're at a game, and they're all looking at different directions. And the kid just always like is just like not even, he can't have eye contact. It seems he can't look somewhere. Maybe if he's blind, he needs glasses. Can a kid that young have glasses? I don't think he can. I don't even think he can hold them on his face, even if he needed glasses.
Blueface doesn't seem active in a child's life because of his disability. My son does not have a disability. He is developing at his own pace and hitting his milestones in his own timing. Every child is different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said it, he had a disability, then he... But it's like,
don't tell me.
I ain't saying, not even just that. It's like, say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro. Yeah, anybody. Yeah. If they're guessing or whatever, no. The word said what the word said. God said what the God says.
Beating up some girl on the street last night when you have a boxing license or register in hands is definitely something you can be arrested for. Yeah, if she presses charges, absolutely. And it's video footage out there, so I wouldn't be surprised to see cops pulling up. I wonder if she's going to stream that. I think he means even being disabled, he could get better. Yeah, he could definitely get better. And he can definitely, if he has speech therapy and she really puts the work in, which we don't really see Chrisean doing. She's too busy going out here fighting people. She's too busy going out here and running fades with random people, or not random people. Who was it? Jane and Alexa's cousin, for whatever reason, in the street. Don't know why the hell that has to be a situation. We're going to hear from Nevaeh. I mean, not Nevaeh. We're going to be hearing from Jane and Alexa soon. I guess they had to involve her one way, right? Is this a way for her to be involved? Is this a way for Jane and Alexis to also get involved in the bag? Because if Blueface is moving the way that we think he's moving, and he's doing it to involve everybody all the time and always have drama coming, this is definitely a way to involve Jane and Alexis in the situation. He can get glasses? Okay. Yes, he can have glasses that young. Okay, I didn't know that. His disability is just physical disability. We can all see, though. What do you expect? Blue's a liar. Birds of a feather flock together. Wow. How can you defend this? That's crazy work. Yeah, you can't defend it. You literally cannot defend it. And the people who are defending it are just either too young and fanned out, are just really low IQ. I mean, there's a lot of people in the country right now who can't even read. So
I don't have to accept what you. So it's really like me, like protecting a revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son. Yeah. Like, I can't wait when my son start walking and talking. I'm gonna just be like, exactly.
Like I told y'all.
I said it. Nah, I told y'all. He told y'all. Shoot, I was just relaying the message. It's like one of those.
But not everyone is so convinced. Shortly after their breakup, Chrisean's short-lived Blueface rebound boyfriend, Hood Trophy Bino, made his own scathing comments about.
Oh my god, I accidentally skipped it, guys. I accidentally skipped it.
If you move,
Look at the pictures in the
accept what you. So, shoot, I was just relaying the message. It's like one of those.
But not everyone is so convinced. Shortly after their breakup, Chrisean's short-lived Blueface rebound boyfriend, Hood Trophy Bino, made his own scathing comments about Chrisean Jr.'s condition.
Somebody said, did he fall off the bed?
Yeah, he fell off the bed. That's what me and her really got into it about. But look.
Oh my god,
look.
I forgot that she was dating Hood Trophy Bino. I forgot that was a whole situation where Blueface was in jail. She really knows how to pick winners, right? I mean, obviously, I don't see Chrisean ever dating a doctor. I don't ever see Chrisean dating, an engineer, an architect. I just don't ever see that being a thing. She just loves it. She has the ability to just had the ability to lay low and choose a calm life. Just date some random somebody who isn't a goddamn game banging rapper, but she doesn't want that life.
Fall off the bed. I'm like, man, pick him up. She's like, oh, he's strong. Man, bitch, pick up the fucking baby, you dumbass bitch. How the fuck you let him fall in the first place? I had to walk out the hotel, bro. It made me so mad. I had to call my mama and tell her, like, Mom, like, I think this girl, like, trying to, like, get, like, let the little nigga get hurt on the accident. Like, she's sick, ma. Like, you feel me? I try to be nice and say it was because of the face tat. That's why I left you. No, bitch. I left you because you're horrible.
I said, Nick can't do that.
He don't walk. She need to go take him to therapy, y'all.
Since then, it's felt like the perception that he's been mistreated both in utero and afterwards had really stuck. Basically meaning that every new clip of the mother and son together only sparks further outrage and mean-spirited jokes.
She's also really bold for, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know your child's special, you know he's going to get made fun of, why would you allow pictures of him like this to be posted on the internet and allow people on the internet? Because we know how the internet works. People are going to be talking crazy. They'd be making fun of you. They're going to be making fun of the child. Why would you allow your child? I would never put my child on the internet like this. You know what it's going to do. So why would you do that?
You ready to go, John? Huh? Huh?
All right, guys. I need to pee real quick. I'm going to let the video play just so you guys aren't bored, but I need to pee real quick.
Let me see what you had on. You don't like that? You don't like that? You don't like that? Look, let me see. Let me see how you look.
That's prenatal diet of Hennessy and hot Cheetos. Hate this bitch with a passion for what she did to this child while she was pregnant with him, and for continuing to rub our noses in the bullshit through social media. Some go even further, suggesting that she should be jammed up for it, as it crosses the line into neglect and child endangerment.
She's like, it's alright, I can just abort the child, not gonna hurt me. Fucking evil mindset. Like, what? She couldn't stop herself from smoking and drinking while pregnant. And I don't know why what she's done isn't just full-blown child abuse. Like, I don't know how that's not just a crime. Like, it's all just right out there in the open. Like, it's not a secret.
Rather than co-parenting in a way that benefit the kid, the dynamic between Blueface and Chrisean continues to be fractious, with Blue routinely claiming that the kid might not even be his.
It's not supposed to be with him. What? People, places, and things. I repeat, all distract. Why are you laughing in the face? When you start claiming your son, that's when the beef's over. When you get your ass, when we spar and I whip your ass, that's when the beef's over. Period. We could pray a million times.
And that brings us directly to the next dark chapter of this story, and that is the murder of her ex Karen Ronnie Doe Can. While it's a tragedy for any young man to get struck down in the prime of his life like that, there are people who believe that Chrisean knows a lot more about the situation than he'd let on. In the months leading up to his sudden passing, Ronnie Doe, a former childhood sweetheart of Chrisean's, had publicly declared that he was actually the father of Chrisean Jr. and said that they had hooked up while she was still in the thick of her relationship with Blueface.
Whatever charges she's trying to put on me, because she's trying to put charges on me to evade a DNA test.
She is? How could you evade a DNA test?
Get me locked up so that...
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Since I'm the one requesting the paternity test, the court can ignore it. If I'm... Well, I've never personally been through this situation, so I don't know. But I would assume if I'm locked up in jail, it would be easier for her to evade the paternity test because the court is ordering that it be done. So if I'm in jail, who's gonna request the paternity? You don't have your rights when you're in jail.
In jail, I mean, I know you probably don't know, I don't know if you've been in jail, but they do give paternity tests in jail. But that's neither here nor there. So how come you waited this long to like say anything? Because Junior is like a year old now.
He's 15 months.
Once the public became aware of him, the dollar signs danced in their eyes, and soon he was conducted.
So what was his reason for waiting so long to do his paternity test? I feel like, and this is the one thing about Ronnie, if you know that this is, if you have like even a doubt that this is your child, I mean, I guess he could have waited for the baby to develop a bit just in case, and then he saw like, oh my God, it really does look like me. But why would he wait? I don't know. It's tough.
Interviews where he insinuated that Chrisean was basically trying to say that it was Blueface.
It's rare that you see men really pushing to get a paternity test, and it's sad that this man went through so much to just take care of his baby. Heartbreaking. Yeah, it is rare to see people, men push for paternity tests. It's usually backwards, no? Oh.
His baby just because he was wealthy.
Beneficial to her career, she will do right by you, and she will respect you, and she will walk on eggshells when it comes to you. And that's just the type of person she...
Yeah, because Ronnie could have just wiped his hands and said, you know what? I dodged a bullet. I dodged a bullet. Why would he want to purposely put himself in this position? And I mean, this literally a circus, literally a goddamn, I don't even know what the hell this would even consider this. This is an entire mess. Why would he purposely want to put himself in this, involve himself in this, unless he wanted clout, which is what Chrisean says, but like, clout how? You know, like he's going to start jumping into the Zeus. Like that would just completely destroy, it wouldn't make sense, which is one of the main reasons why Chrisean has a motive to get rid of him. Blueface has a motive to get rid of him. We can tell how much Blueface really cares to maintain his relationship with Chrisean. We can see how much Blueface truly cares to want to be around Chrisean and keep making money together. He tells her all the time, you want to keep making money, you want to keep making money, right? Like this is Blueface's ticket to continuously make money because he's not making money off music no more. He's making money off this. So he can't have this guy in the picture.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's potentially so hard for her to just come out and like, hey, this is Ronnie's kid, because now we got her $1 million baby. It's going to go from allegedly a $1 million baby, whatever, to a $0 baby. And it's kind of disrespectful and it's kind of degrading, because why is Junior's value going to zero just because he's my son? He's still a $1 billion baby. He's still a $1 million baby. He's just not a Blueface baby.
Offensive as this was to him, Ronnie remained adamant that he'd uncover the truth.
Play on my intelligence. I'm not stupid. I know what's going on, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna address it. However, I need people to stop telling me I'm clout chasing. I need people to stop making me feel less of a man for trying to establish paternity.
Once his face was out there, anyone involved in the story wanted to hear what he had to say. He even spoke to Blueface's mom to discuss the concerns over the child's well-being.
I don't necessarily feel like everything has been addressed in the best manner in regards to Junior, because he's been in so many different cares. He went from Smiley, he went from Terrain to whoever, to Blueface's dad, back to his mom. Like he's been in so many different homes and in so many different hands. There been so much different energy since the day he came out of his mother's womb.
And unsurprisingly, this either fueled Blue's belief that the kid wasn't his, or was a convenient way to claim that he wasn't the dad.
I know y'all seen when I first got out, man. Y'all seen what happened when I first got out, chat. That's how we found out. You think Ronnie would be chasing her all around fucking Baltimore if that wasn't his baby? Make it make sense, chat.
When he didn't get the clarity that he sought from Chrisean, Ronnie upped the ante. And when they saw his face, the footage had onlookers and online commentators jumping to one common conclusion. That baby looks like Chrisean and her ex. That kid looks exactly like Ronnie.
This baby do look like this Ronnie dude. Yeah, look. Right here. Right here. Nah, I mean, he might be the pappy for real.
I mean, it looks just like him. I was actually showing my girl this, and I was explaining the whole, because she doesn't keep up with this stuff, and I was showing her the before and after pictures. I'm like, who do you think's the dad, Blueface or Ronnie? She's like, oh my god, he looks just like Ronnie. You know, you ask any random person that doesn't know the situation, they're gonna say this baby looks like Ronnie. It doesn't look like Blueface. This baby does not look like Blueface at all.
Nah, chat. This whole time I'm thinking it's Blueface. Look here. Yo, if she clapped the dad.
The incident happened in late November of 2024, and by February 2025, Ronnie had been murdered outside of his home in his native Maryland, apparently being shot upwards of 10 times.
Wow.
Just days afterwards, Chrisean posted a DNA test to verify that Blueface was the father. However, not everyone necessarily bought that it wasn't forgery. And with that, conspiracy theories over her involvement in what remains an unsolved murder began to circulate. Once they were—
It's funny that DNA test too. I remember when she posted that, because I was trying to when she posted that, I was going to make a video on the topic, and I saw everybody on Twitter was saying that she literally pulled a fake paternity test from Google, identical, and she literally just overlaid it with, and this is the thing with AI now, you can literally forge documents very easily. Like you can do it so easily. You can tell AI to make you a paternity test, and it'll look, I can make one. I can literally make one in literally like less than 5 minutes. So I think AI wasn't as good at the time, and people could tell that it was photoshopped. And she could pay people you could charge somebody, you hop on a website, you pay somebody $50, they'll make one for you. So, and it was so weird too that she posted the paternity test the day or a couple of days after that guy died. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Initially seen on subreddits and Twitter threads, the idea that Chrisean may have silenced Ronnie picked up steam during an episode of Hollywood Unlocked when Taseki, Chrisean's estranged sister, implied that she wasn't necessarily an innocent party.
Okay, speaking of Chrisean's baby, there was a guy online from Baltimore who was claiming to be her baby dad. He really did get murdered? I mean, I saw that online. That was real?
Yes, that was.
And did you know him?
So yes, I fed that boy.
How did he end up getting murdered? Was he in the streets, in the stuff, or was that just a random thing?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I can't even speak on it. But if I was to speak on it, it don't look too good for certain people that we know. So I'm not gonna speak on it.
Well, because it's just there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm not the police, but I'll just leave it at that. Well, I'll say a little bit. He ran up on Chrisean when she was out in public.
Yeah, and then he had a paternity test coming up or something.
And then it was all online.
And then it was pow, pow, pow. No paternity test. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, his soul.
That's sad.
It's very sad, especially because I fed him. We had a little argument before. It's just like we were family. I'm gonna be honest. That little boy really loved her.
Did he?
We been real. All this camera. We back in the streets. We back around the way. That little boy loved her.
So they were a thing.
It was passionate, but it was giving cloudy.
It was.
And that's why I just don't care to speak on it.
Yeah. Some important context to this is that in recent years, the relationship between the pair has been extremely fractious, even leading Chrisean to...
I mean, what can you say? After seeing that, she kind of solidifies it. You know what I'm saying? What can you say? I had a friend whose son had a girlfriend who faked the DNA, so it can't happen. And in this case, it did happen. The boxing commission shouldn't be happy about how this new fake pro boxer carries herself in the streets. Yeah, I don't think the boxing commission really I don't know. You'd be surprised. We got Logan Paul over here fighting. Who was it? Mayweather? Blueface acknowledges all of his children, and Carlissa would have grandparents' rights if it was really her grandchild, and I believe she would have done so already. The family had been so quiet. I always think about that. The grandchild I never met. Pretty tough. She a fake athlete too, but it's too long to explain in chat. Fake athlete. I mean, she's built different. They're sending money to people and paying them to buy subs. Where are they getting the money from, though? Like, actually, where are they getting this money from? If they're having people buy subs. She never ran track in high school because she dropped out. She dropped out of high school? She did overkill. That wasn't self-defense.
Throw some crazy accusation her sister's way, such as claiming that Taseki's kid was abused at 1 year old by a cousin of theirs. Still, when Chrisean replied to these comments on the Danza project, it was evident that Rock was really shaken by it.
I don't know, it's kind of like weird. Like, you know how somebody say I love you, but then like insinuate something to throw you under the bus to make you look crazy. So it's like, you never miss me or love me, so stop saying that shit. You don't fuck with me. Just leave it at that.
In that same interview, she went deeper into their relationship and claimed that while she was legitimately sad about his passing, what he had been doing prior to his demise was just clout chasing.
Yeah, I lost somebody.
Yeah, like Clarissa Shields is a joke too, but she's not the topic right now. You know, it's funny. I stopped keeping track of that Clarissa Papoose situation. And at first, I thought everyone hated Remy Ma. And then I, tapped back in and everyone hates Clarissa. I missed a lot.
That I grew up with. Like, that's nothing to play with. Like, all right, he was trolling me. He kept making it seem like that's his baby when we wasn't even sexually active. So, but this is how I feel, bro. Blueface opened the door of disrespect and humiliation so everybody else think they could do that shit to me, bro. On God.
You think they're selling drugs? B-More's big in drugs. Jaden said CR is Blueface's dealer. Who's CR? Chrisean? Chrisean's Blueface's dealer? Selling drugs? I mean, that would make sense. And they're using streaming to wash money? I mean, if that's the case, they're going to have an amazing Rico.
Right, bro. They seen how my ex seen that shit. He seen that transaction and how, like, all right, if I started beef, like, say if I started beef with you and we just say we hung out once or twice. Yeah. And then I use that once or twice as like a motive to say, oh yeah, so he did this and this and that, this and this and that, just to get a couple $1,000s from you because you gonna pay to interview me about you because you that nigga.
Still, the story wouldn't go away. Not least of all, because Blueface's own interview with Jason Lee didn't exactly stifle the notion that she might have been responsible either.
I don't know about that, to be honest. I don't know anything about that. All I know is she said that he called her, they were in contact before this happened. That's the only red flag I could see. Somebody comes out and says, hey, before this person died, they called me, and this and that. That's just kind of like,
Well, because you said she's a setup artist, so
that's what, from my knowledge, yeah, she's known to give addresses and do things in the spur of the moment, be very impulsive.
At this rate, the cops might as well make the Hollywood Unlocked host an honorary officer, because when Chrisean appeared on that same show, her own statement didn't help matters either.
All type of shit. He's seen how Blueface ran the circus, so he tried to run his own and then ran himself into a grave that had nothing to do with me. He was already beefing with people in the streets because of what he did.
What he did to you?
No, what he was already doing.
In the streets?
Yeah. If that was to really to be an option of a father, not like that, but his family is like a real good family. He come from a good family. His mother, he got his mother, his grandmother, his sisters.
Yeah, that might have been a costly little verbal slip up there. Try as she might, the discussion around Ronnie's death and Rock's potential links to
I need to go back.
Verbal slip up there. Try as she
is like a real good family. He come from a good family. His mother, he got his mother, his grandmother, his sisters.
Yeah, that might have been a costly little verbal slip up there. Try as she might, the discussion around Ronnie's death and Rock's potential link.
You guys were talking about the Reddit, how she's getting torn up in the Reddit threads. Exposing Chrisean Rock. The thing about Reddit, bro, the detectives are out there. The detectives are on Reddit.
To it haven't subsided at all. For one thing, it's not much of a stretch of the imagination when she's previously inferred she wouldn't hesitate to kill people who messed with her.
You know, I can't wait when me and my son just go visit your grave one day. You feel me? Because that's what you trying to do right now while we living our lives separate, whatever, from the chaos. Yo, bitch ass want to kill us. You know you going to die first before us, right? Oh, God, that day coming. It's cool. Can't wait to see that tombstone.
In fact, she's done it several times.
She has.
Even
She just did it
mentioning Ronnie's
yesterday
mysterious
or 2 days
passing
ago.
in one such post on IG. Everyone that thinks they can speak to my son always loses. I wonder why they keep going when they see the end result of trying to harm me for your personal clout gain. Keep going. Let's count how long it lasts. I'm really protected from all evil. First, it was his daddy at Blueface. Look at him. He has been locked up for 2 years now. Our son was 6 to 7 months old when his dad lost his freedom. Then it was my ex-boyfriend, Karen. Unfortunately, that person died. Now, honestly, I'm starting to think I don't have to do anything but warn y'all to stop speaking on my son. Like it won't take your life. Y'all won't learn until it happens. Leave me alone. Back off. This is already tough to come back from, but the news that she was gonna flee from the country really hasn't dampened the speculation either.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah, Chad. I'm moving out the country.
But
we ain't gonna tell y'all details, but we're moving out the country.
Yeah, but we're
moving out the country. Oh, God.
Months.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
For real. Yep.
Yep, we're moving out. I got my suitcase with me.
I want to tell y'all so many details. Why you just do that?
I like how she said, and that's a key part right there. I want to tell you guys so many details. Well, the details about how she's getting investigated, but she can't. Like she doesn't. Like the details are part of an investigation. That's why she can't tell us. So that's why she's making the joke about her wanting to flee the country, which she obviously can't because she would get arrested at the airport. She would get arrested at the airport.
Now, it looks like she's ready to crack. Recently, it's come to light that the death of Ronnie Doe is still being actively investigated. Among the people that the cops are interested in talking to is none other than Chrisean. During a frantically recorded message on IG, Chrisean straight up denied any involvement.
His death has nothing to do with me. Yes, he made my life about him. Why? Because he needed...
Jennifer said, I feel like if you haven't lived that life, you won't understand. But she has resilience in her own way. She's gonna learn a hard head, make a soft. If she hasn't learned it's been a couple years already. She's way past that learning stage. We just saw her in the streets last night, beating up, you know what I'm saying? Like some random, like this, she's far gone. This is a lost case. It's not even about like living that life. It's about you can be raised in that lifestyle and you can still choose two different paths. Either the path where you do stupid stuff or the path where you don't do stupid stuff. And if you're continuously doing the path where you keep doing stupid stuff, you're a lost cause. This isn't a little kid anymore. She's what, 26 already? Like she's not all there. This isn't a lesson there's nothing for her to learn. She can't learn it.
Money, he was desperate, but guess what? He was high, he was on perks, he was on Molly, he was on lean, he was drinking. Where was his parents then? Where was his family then? Nobody was holding Corona accountable. Falsely claiming my son while high as fuck. Nobody held him accountable. Nobody was trying to save him before he died. Nobody was trying to save Karan before he died, bro. Because you sit over there, you act like y'all wasn't trafficking the drugs through his basement, which was his his mom's basement.
Clearly rattled by the news, Rock basically carried on her rant for 3 minutes straight, and as the IG live went on, she appeared increasingly angered by the speculation surrounding his death, blaming his relatives for not doing more to put distance between her and this tale.
And I got respect for his family, but when y'all not trying to like really say what really happened, say what's really going on, that's what's making me mad for real. Because I'm sitting at the gym, I lie to you not, I'm sitting at the gym, I answer my phone, I tell them come in. There's investigators. They're like, hey, we know you didn't do it. We got his phone. Yada yada yada. We're recording this. Yeah, record it all. Record it all. Because y'all need to put the end to it. Y'all need to find out who really killed that man. I'm tired of that. Keep trying to like everybody riding on my coattails.
Chrisean Vaughn. CR was trafficking with Ronnie. Blue never made her drink or smoke. He actually made a post saying his son is the way he is because Rock could not act right. Yeah, I think Chrisean's the problem. I think Chrisean's just takes it too far. She's the one that takes it too far. I mean, Blueface sets it up for sure. He's definitely, a big crucial part of the situation, but he sets it up and she just keeps going ham. Like she just takes it to a whole nother level.
come for controversy. Yes, it's getting on my nerves.
When people saw this, it wasn't exactly surprising.
Thank you,
that many
Kesha.
of them
Appreciate
felt
it.
She was protesting a little too much, and that she would have been better off just staying silent. I don't think this is helping the case at all. If you gotta go on a rant on the internet to express how you feel, there might be some guilt behind it. Lawyer up and stay off the net. By the looks of it, Chrisean wasn't thinking straight, or maybe even less straight than usual. In fact, since the passing of Ronnie, she has routinely looked to be in the midst of a breakdown since, and leaning on religion more than ever before.
Yep, this is a religion
This is
part.
what I'm worried about in my head. Staying in shape, looking sharp, using what I was taught, you know what I'm saying? Stay humble, stay humble, stay humble. And I have to stay thankful.
This, the funny thing is, this wasn't too long ago. This was probably tops, I want to say tops, at most a month ago. And how can you all of a sudden turn super religious and start, showing yourself at church all the time and praying and talking about the Bible, and then literally not even 12 hours ago, you're slamming a girl's head against a car? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? It's because it's not true. Is she trying to use it to help her case if she gets arrested and has to go to trial and says well, I try to rehabilitate. I tried to change as a person and I became, a devout Christian. Is that what she's trying to do?
I'm going to stay thankful through it all. I'm going to stay thankful. So I'm thankful these are tears of joy.
Maybe it's because she loves him more than she realized, and is imagining what life might be like if she'd stayed with him rather than pursuing fame. On the other hand, maybe it's because there's a guilty conscience at play, perhaps over more than just one death too. Over the past few months, more and more information about Chrisean and Ronnie's past has been coming to light. Although not all has emerged via his detective work, it's fair to say that Blueface's manager, Whack 100, has been doing a lot of legwork for the cops. At one stage, he even provided a pretty clear motive as to why she might want to take him out.
I've heard that he was making threats about exposing some things. They say it was a targeted hit. Time will tell. I hope there isn't any foul play on Rock's side. There's obviously some foul play because we got a man dead.
Right.
Since then, he suggested that there's information out there about Chrisean and her own deceased ex doing dirt together out in LA that he may have used as leverage if he'd lived. The case it's believed he's referring to is the death of 45-year-old Geronimo Lugo Vasquez. According to reports from the scene of the crime in South Central, Geronimo died after he was shot 5 times, and to date, no one has been convicted. Ronnie has been routinely linked to a case like this over the years, even opening up about the murder charge she caught in an interview, suggesting that however it went down, Rock herself was involved.
Murder 187 is one of the most expensive cases when it comes to criminal law. So myself, along with my family, lost a lot of finances behind this situation. You understand what I'm saying? So when I came home, I caught a murder and defended my case with self-defense, which is how I was able to beat it. And this woman was, in that scenario. You get what I'm saying? So I say all of that to say that me and this lady had so much history, so much different experiences that it was overwhelming, when I had to face the fact that she was moving on to bigger and better things.
And in that same conversation, he revealed it went down in California when they went off to follow their dreams. But once they got there, things went left.
So we were moving from Maryland to California. We ended up needing a place to stay on the West Coast, coming from the East Coast. We ain't got no family out there. We ain't know nobody out there. So we trying to figure out where we gonna lay our heads. We can't sleep in this car for but so long. So the place where I caught my case ultimately is the place where Chrisean planned on housing because she was going to college until she figured out everything else she was going.
See, so whoever said Chrisean was a high school dropout, you lied. She actually surprisingly was going to college. I don't know what she was going to college for. Clearly, I believe Ronnie. Honestly, I didn't even know that they were dating when she first moved to LA. I did not know that was a thing.
When the college situation with the room and board, that place was just all bad. But like I said, it was due to a lack of research, a lack of understanding the environment, understanding the whole board. I didn't know where I was at. I seen palm trees and got happy. And that's just real.
No doubt.
Discussion on this matter.
You can't believe everything. She lied to him. So you guys are saying that she lied. This guy is lying about them moving to LA together, living in a car, her finding a place where he caught his murder charge, her going to college at the same time, which honestly, you kind of are right. It doesn't make sense how she would be going to college and be homeless. Because why would you, like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You are kind of right.
Isn't one-way traffic either. At one point, Chrisean even seemed to own up to the killing in a newly resurfaced interview.
Yeah, the college doesn't make sense. Like, why would you go to college and then be living in a car? And then why would you go with your boyfriend to go to college in LA? Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And then, unless she had a scholarship, but if you have a scholarship, you're living in the dorms. That's the only way, you know? That's the only thing that would make sense. A lot of people take classes at community college who hadn't got their high school diploma or GED. Yeah, I mean, I know that. She could definitely go to community college. But why? I don't know. That doesn't... Ronnie graduated from somewhere, though. You clearly see him in a cap and gown. They were selling. I mean, they could have been trafficking drugs, but then they wouldn't be living in a car. But he could be lying.
Yeah, it's good. Fuck it. Kept it last year at my student housing, bro, because my student housing was...
Student housing. Okay. She does mention student housing right here. Wow.
Fuck it. Kept it last year at my student housing, bro, because my student housing was a Henry Sex Trafficking apartment building. Oh. So... Yeah.
Whoa. Let me rewind that. What is she saying?
The resurfaced interview.
It's a lot. Get into it, yeah, it's good. Fuck it. Kept it last year at my student housing, bro, because my student housing was a Henry Sex Trafficking apartment building. Oh. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to go to school, I'm trying to run track. And my student housing stopped this for real. So we still not off that story. So after I killed that nigga, I didn't kill him.
Yeah, that was that part. After I killed. But she does mention the school stuff right here. And then she does mention the killing here. Student housing at community college. Yeah, I don't think there's student housing at community college either. I mean, I went to college too. I went to college too. There is no student housing at community college. There is probably apartments that are right next to a community college, but she also said it was in the same building as a human trafficking resources place. So that doesn't even make a lot of sense. Yeah, she's a liar. She's lying. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. And then she brings up after I killed him. My ex-boyfriend did.
He ended up. What happened? What's happening to him? I don't know. He in jail for like 4 months. Then we go to court. It's like it's this one court case that really just in the murder case. Boom. Because it's self-defense, bro.
Dark as that story is, there's another theory that Chrisean was involved in another killing in Nottingham, Maryland. Back in 2017, 32-year-old May Ann Atliano Siasen was found dead in her home as a result of trauma to the upper body. According to a subreddit known as Exposing Chrisean Rock was responsible for this. And from there, her godfather, a Baltimore-based lawyer and politician known as Sean R. Malone, shipped Chrisean into
what?
Baltimore-based lawyer and politician responsible for the upper body. According to a subreddit known as Exposing Chrisean Rock was responsible for this. And from there, her godfather,
her godfather. I thought her father was a lawyer.
Baltimore-based lawyer and politician as Sean R.
Godfather. Imagine your goddaughter being Chrisean Rock and you're a goddamn politician lawyer.
Malone shipped Chrisean into a medical facility known as Shepherd Pratt, resulting in her getting off the hook. In fact, if you ask
this is the thing about people, you know, like they have all these great connections in life. She could have done so many. She had a great life. She had that alleged track, you know, whatever thing in high school. She's just one of those people that just wants to do bad things. She loves the gang life. She loves the ratchet life. You can't help people like that. You can't. That's what they want to do. They want to be in the streets.
Or he passed. Sean is actually her biological dad, and that's how she's got off with so much scot-free. However, it is
what? How am I just finding this out? What?
It's important to know that this is really an unsubstantiated theory that's been presented as a fact. But what we do know is that this man, Sean Malone, has been previously posted online by Rock, even being...
Oh my God. I knew she was light-skinned. Wow, this threw me off.
Spotted alongside his wife with the baby.
This makes it even worse, bro. This is the equivalent. He's a lawyer. What was he? But he was a lawyer, and what else was he? Nah, see, I hate people like this. This makes me hate Chrisean Rock even more. Somebody who grew up with nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you grew up with nothing in life, with no connections, with like your family members aren't, you know what I'm saying? Like, my dad wasn't a goddamn lawyer. And you want to keep living this like gang life when your dad has, oh my God. You have to do research. You have to know the whole story. I mean, dude, I keep up with the stuff, but I didn't know her dad was a lawyer, a lobbyist. I mean, regardless, so lobbyists. I have friends who are lobbyists. They went to school. This is like a upstanding citizen. You know, this is an upstanding citizen. Chrisean, you know, we saw the pictures of her when she was in high school and the way that she was taught. I seen pictures of her when she was younger. She had the ability. Oh my God, her dad must want to just goddamn jump off a roof. This man needs to be interviewed. Wow, that threw me off.
May well be his actual grandkid.
So hey guys, we're at dinner.
Oh my God, wow, I did not know that.
And the baby's with his godparents. This is Lisa. Say hey. It's a Snapchat.
Correct me if I'm wrong. She lost her tooth during the Blueface stuff, right? Like she lost her tooth when she was in that house with Blueface. I don't think him being a lobbyist is gonna really help her stay out of trouble as much. He can only do so much. I was wondering where the Malone came from. Yeah. Waiting for the Netflix story. He's a lobbyist in all three branches of government. His black wife is a big-time lawyer, too. Oh, my God. Chrisean. This is literally the equivalent of kids... what is that, Eminem? His real name's Clarence. Oh, my God. Big-time lawyers can get you out of trouble. Yeah, they definitely can. You know, Brian Steele. But, like, they can only do so much, too. Especially, I think, are they lawyers in Maryland? She stays in California, unless they have connections. Wow, this threw me off. This threw me off.
Although the details are foggy,
Blueface knocked a tooth out?
The end result is that this looks extremely bad for Chrisean, particularly when Wack keeps throwing gasoline on the fire, claiming that the timeline of Ronnie's passing and what was about to come out was a little suspicious.
I got you right there. I'm gonna have them served in front of the judge. Lands Wednesday morning. This court date is supposed to be Friday that she got on Ronnie. Wednesday night, Ronnie dead in his driveway.
So did Blueface get a pass?
She won't give it to us. We didn't try to listen. We didn't serve. She act like she ain't served.
As Blueface's manager, Wack likely has vested interest in bringing down Chrisean and keeping her away from his client. Still, people who've known both Chrisean and
she was in college in Miami before they went to LA for Blue Girls Club. She has a video of doing makeup and talking big ish in their mansion. I hate people who live like really good lives. Their parents have great careers and they just decide to become absolute scum of the earth hooligans. I just lost all respect for Chrisean. That was one of the things growing up that I never understood. When I was growing, I grew up with immigrant parents, you know, so like I didn't have anything, no family members or stuff. So I would see all these kids, and I actually tried in school. You know, I always had like AP honors classes. I actually always tried. And it would blow my mind seeing kids trying to act hood. Like, I lived in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, not by choice, but like, that's what my parents could afford as like immigrants. And then these white kids, most of the time they were white kids, you know, you usually see the white kids try to act like they're thugs and gangsters or gangbangers and stuff like that. Chrisean's basically the same thing. She's literally a white kid trying to act like a thug. I lost all respect for Chrisean after that. That was the type of stuff that I would hate because I remember like thinking to myself, like, man, if only I had the same connections that these people have that they're just throwing away. There was this one kid, his dad was a professional golf player. and this guy loves selling drugs. His dad was like a professional golf player, and he decided to sell drugs. I believe he got arrested or something. That just blew me. Like, if my dad was a professional golf player, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be out here. I don't know. I hate people like that.
Convinced she's about to be brought to justice for it. One of these people is Quell, another Marylander that the police have contacted who thinks she might be in trouble.
Y'all take this long to start investigating, or that's my theory, or your girl about to go down, and they probably got shit on shorty, but trying to figure out who did this shit.
Meanwhile, others looking on feel it's too much of a coincidence. And when there's that many pieces lined up, there's gotta be something to it.
You know how I motherfucking know and how we know, because it's just all of a sudden after this man is finna leak evidence that's his motherfucking child and that he was with you, he died. And then even when you was arguing with your sisters, they all was saying slick little shit about Ronnie. Everybody was saying that they could dig up dirt on you, and you knew the dirt that they was talking about. Bitch, and then you up on here hooting and hollering at your motherfucking phone, talk about something. Why is it open investigation? You been so up blue ass, the blues didn't hit your ass. Bitch, you going to prison. Why the fuck is you over here acting like you don't know what the fuck going on?
Right now, Chrisean is still trying to push forward and act as if there isn't mounting drama around her. Leading with her redemption arc, Chrisean is acknowledging that she made some major mistakes in her life and ultimately lost her way.
As my Lord and Savior at 9, I remember speaking in tongues at 9.
Wow.
I remember like my first word was hallelujah. I remember just being in church, but then when I got money and stuff and got successful, I thought that was God.
Now claiming that she's turning her back on the scandalous world that made her, you can see that there's still a lot that she's going through in real time. And perhaps the guilt over everything she's done is what's driving her to save other kids through religion.
But that's crazy that you're the first and only person that's getting baptized today. Like, I could really cry right now. You ever been baptized?
Oh my gosh, she's so fake. I could really cry. Look how she replaced her chains. And now she has like Jesus crosses. She is an actor.
Okay, so basically, this is basically showing the world, showing people around you like, okay, I declare Jesus, I'm a Jesus believer. It's just icing on the cake.
Because if there's one person she doesn't seem able or willing to help, it's her own child. And each new stream only makes his development issues and neglect more apparent.
Mom, I'm on live. Like, see, I'm yelling and stuff.
Now armed with even more ammo to think she's a despicable person, there are plenty of people out there who will be rejoicing at the prospect of her going to jail. And even as I say this right now, there's a very good chance that the cops who are joining up on the darts will put her behind bars.
Wait a second. Was that my video? This is my video. Hey, I'm pretty positive this is my video. Hold on, I need to check to see. I need to check if this is my video. I'm pretty positive that is my video. That is my video, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. We made it.
Good chance that the cops who are joining up on the darts will put her behind bars, and perhaps most importantly, get that kid into the hands of Child Protective Services and away from his unfit, potentially murderous mom.
Yeah, you know, any person, any YouTuber, any content creator who makes any sort of video, any sort of, you know, basic research, anybody who does any sort of basic research comes to the same conclusion that this lady is literally not a good person. She's a liar. She's a danger to society. She's a danger to society. Plain and simple. There's not much to say about it. It's surprising that she's still not in jail, but it makes a lot of sense now that her dad's a lawyer. So she probably has good lawyers. She has to have some understanding of the law with what she can and can't get away with. Let's read chat real quick. Whoa, chat went away. So what do we have? Where I'm at before the father can sign the birth certificate upon arrival, DNA has to be done at the hospital to give birth. Honestly, though, at this point, who the real father is, there was this clip from yesterday's baby shower. It was Vlad from Vlad TV, and the camera's not facing them, but Vlad asked Blueface, he's like, hey, like, is the baby really your child? And he's trying to do this off camera, and he even says, like, no, there's like, he doesn't realize that Blueface is mic'd up, and Blueface doesn't give a yes or no answer. So it's everything is saying, because it's just so easy. It is so easy to like show a DNA test and say like, hey, like, this is my child. It's always been my child. Please stop talking about it. Whatever the situation might be. They're not doing it, number one, because it keeps people talking. It's not in their benefit. It's not in their benefit for that to happen. It's not in their benefit for them to reveal one of the things that everybody wants to know. Is that really the child? No, that's not. That whole conversation, that whole debate, it's not in their benefit for that to come out. So that the conversation about whether or not she's Ronnie's the dad doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We got to focus on the stuff that's going to put her behind jail. It's going to put her behind bars. That's going to put her in prison. The murder investigations, if they're real. The fact that what she did to her child, which is documented multiple different times, that she documented her child, you know, drinking while she was pregnant. Play the Cam Newton video where she says she's Matilda. I have children her age. I agree. It's just sad. Before the drugs, that's her and Tifa. Dad, they look like twins. 28F. Oh God, her dad is with a sister. The real father is motive for murder. Yep, notice that. Ever since the cops been looking her way, her and Blueface been hooking up every weekend to play house. Yeah, kind of weird, honestly, that they started hanging out so much lately. Literally, ever since. No, it's not weird. It makes sense. He knows that Chrisean is trending. This is smart from Blueface's side. He knows that Chrisean is trending. He knows that Chrisean is going to be talked about. People are going to be making videos about Chrisean. No one's making videos on Blueface. Everyone's making videos just on Chrisean. So Blueface associating himself with Chrisean is in his best interest. That's why he always wants to be right now. He's the one making the money. He's making the bigger bucks out of this. The Neves stuff, nobody really even cares about. I shouldn't be so invested, but I can't wait to see the Jason Lee interview. He likes to stick his foot out and trip people. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's hard not to be invested when it's being thrown in our faces literally every single day. You go on the internet, you either see a TikTok about it, you see a Instagram reel, you see something on Twitter, and it's hard to scroll. It's been so many years, it's hard to scroll. It's hard to scroll, and then you see it, and then you have to form your own opinion on it. You have to form your own opinion on it, and everyone, it seems like collectively, has reached the same thought process. Everyone is on the same page right now, and Chrisean is just creating content for us, I suppose. Until she gets arrested, put behind bars, she has to run it up. If you think about it, if you're being investigated, you may potentially go to prison. You got to run it up. You got to run it up so you can pay those lawyer fees out. Is her traffic ticket in criminal court? He looks just like Ronnie. The eyebrow ridge is strong in Ronnie family. Yeah, it is. At this point, everything is documented. Now I see what's going on here. Yeah, everything is documented. Literally every single thing is documented, which makes this so, first of all, entertaining. It's an entertaining thing because it's a lot of stuff that most people would be like, I would never do that. Most of the stuff that we see coming that happens between them is stuff that we're like, okay, I would never do that. I would never do that to my child. I would never do that to my husband. I would never do that to my boyfriend. It's always stuff that has to be like outrageous. His current girlfriend, Nevaeh, had two guys showed receipts that they could be potential father. Nevaeh used to live in the shelter before Blueface got released from prison. Yeah, Nevaeh's an interesting character. I don't really have much of an opinion on her. There was a couple of stories on how she used to sell pee, right? Am I wrong? She used to sell pee, which I hate to shame people. We're just gonna call it as it is. No man really wants to like impregnate a prostitute. I personally don't. If I'm quote unquote rich and successful, I don't want to have a S worker as my baby mama. why does Blueface do so? I don't know much about this girl. I think the reason why he does it is because she knows that this girl is so desperate to get out of her situation. She is in such a submissive position that it's in Blueface's best interest with his show to bring her in, get her pregnant, because now she really can't escape. Now she really has to do whatever he says. He controls the whole thing. His current girlfriend always says she be placed into positions for agendas. Like, what is your thought right now? 280 people have nothing else to do but talk about Chrisean. Well, it's 280 people here. Water Girl, you have been here since I started the stream, and you're a big Chrisean supporter. I hope that from you watching this stuff, you realize the reason why we're talking about this and the reason why we're covering it is because it's, first of all, my job to do so. Second of all, a lot of people don't like to see somebody do something like that to their own child. A lot of people don't like to see somebody successful who is purposely doing damage to those around them and to their own child and not taking care of their own child. A lot of people in here are mothers, and they just see Chrisean doing stuff like this, outrageous stuff, and then living a life that, you know, she should have been arrested for this, especially if there is alleged confirmed murders. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why, after watching all of this, you're still sitting here saying, like, oh, you're just talking about her. No, we're covering a criminal. That's what we're doing. We're covering the same way when you watch Netflix documentaries and you see people about all these murderers and criminals. Same situation. They are degenerates. Yep. Her cousin told her not to go to the baby shower out of respect. She went anyway. She's in survival mode. Yeah, Nevaeh's in survival mode for sure. I mean, she got to do what she got to do. I can definitely see her being, he picks broken women. I agree. Facts, Boo. Tell her, because really, Blueface playing with that child's life just as much by flip-flopping paternity. I don't think Blueface cares. He only cares about the money. He said it multiple different times. I mean, Blueface is not an upstanding citizen either. He's literally a gang member. You know what I'm saying? He's literally a gang member. And I believe Chrisean just said yesterday or 2 days ago that he's killed multiple different people. So he's not, you know, we're not holding him to any standards, I guess. I sound dumb. Okay. They were also born to crackheads. Well, clearly not Chrisean. She was born to a goddamn lobbyist and a lawyer. I don't know whether maybe I guess lawyers can do crack. Junior is living proof of her neglect. All they need to do is force her to show medical records and a care plan for Junior, which at his age, his feet should be corrected. I'm sure she didn't do a Jason Lee interview. She was too busy talking about the baby shower. He need to be away. Justice for Ronnie. The Rock Tots worship Rockhead and don't care about Junior. They care for her and they give her a pass. I genuinely don't understand. I don't understand how you... First of all, I don't understand the obsession some people have with celebrities, with people they don't know. I don't understand that. A lot of these celebrities, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Especially Chrisean, who's like claimed to fame as being Blueface's baby mother and then beating up girls on Bad Girls Club. That's the type of people you choose to like be infatuated by. That's a lie. Blueface is a fake gangster. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Blueface is kind of like 6'9" too, because I feel Blueface went to college too, didn't he? He was a college kid. He came from a good family as well, but he decided to start cripping. Again, it's the same situation. Blueface and Chrisean, I believe, have very similar situations. Chrisean's mom was on drugs. Oh, Rock's mom is a lifelong addict. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Confirmed? Her mom's a crackhead? What's also scary is this affects the society more than we know. Yeah, that is also the thing too. And I agree with that, Zora. The internet, I saw this article recently where I believe average Americans are on their phones 7 to 8 hours. Average Americans are on their phones 7 to 8 hours a day. every day. Everyone is on social media. Everyone's on social media. Everyone's either on TikTok, Instagram, whatever it may be, we're seeing this stuff and we're consuming it. If this would have been 20 years ago, this would have been a whole other thing. This would have been a completely whole other thing. I mean, we had Obama get bashed because he wore a tan suit. Like, if we had a Chrisean and Blueface situation, unheard of. We're getting more like desensitized to these people coming out here and doing crazy things because so many people do it to start up their careers. It's so easy. It's literally so easy to start up your career by doing something so crazy and despicable and frowned upon. And so many people are doing it. We need to like talk down on these people, and it's working for a lot of them because they end up getting arrested. Chud the Builder, great example of that. We don't hear nothing about that guy anymore. That guy should be banned from the internet. It's because rock stars are crack babies too. Yeah, I mean, birds of a feather flock together. She's far from recovered. Stun in a veil. All were prosties. He must like that, risking his life. Yeah, he's a interesting dude, honestly. She didn't have restrictions. There's no way someone can get away with doing that to their child and others. I agree. I personally would never want to have, like, let's say, imagine a family event, right? I wouldn't want to bring my child around Blueface and Chrisean. Like, that's not somebody you want to be around. She toothless like her child is crazy. That's where the power of her father comes in. That's my point. They literally get away with red rum. Blueface just messed his life up and now he's going to do anything to get that money, including extorting his own family. Yeah, that's also the thing. And I try to put myself in their positions, right? If I'm a failed rapper who's done a very bad deal and my whole face is tatted and I've gone to prison multiple different times and I can't push out any music and I dropped out of school, but I have this platform and I don't want to go to a regular job because I can make money doing this because it's part of my personality. Like I can see that they're just stuck. Like they have to go through with it. They don't have an option. It's either this or they lose everything they have. And when you get to that position, I can see how hard it must be to want to get rid of the nice mansion, the nice cars, the chains, like having to sell all of that, go into like a 9 to 5. They can't fathom that. Blueface has been doing this since he was like 18. His whole life, he knows just how to do stuff like this. He's never worked a real job, at least that I know of. And he can't work a real job. He's in a position where he has to either sell drugs, gangbang, rap, or do this like the way he's doing content right now. He doesn't have another. This is his life now. And the thing that sucks about that is when you think about it, like, where does this take you 20 years from now? You know, that's always what I like to like think when it comes to like content creation, because I'm kind of stuck in the same thing too. I mean, I've been doing content creation for like 7 years now. So it's like, where do I see myself, like, you know, 20 years from now? The only difference from me and Blueface is I'm not a game banger. I'm not tatted up. I don't have like a bunch of different baby mom. Like, it's just a whole different situation. For him, it's harder to like, for me, it's easy. I can go back to college, start a different life. You know what I'm saying? But for him, when all your peoples are like game bangers, like it's hard to get out of that. I can see that being something I get hard at. That's why they love going to prison. Blueface owes a club owner in Vegas a lot of money. By the way, I live in Las Vegas, so I know what club it is. A lot of money. He also sold Soulja Baby millions. That's why Kick is in Nevaeh's name. He plays I didn't know that. I didn't realize that every Kick was in Nevaeh's name. So he just has to stay broke. He can't have anything under his name. He can't have anything under his name. Blueface broke and he has open lawsuits in Las Vegas. His house about to be taken. IRS coming for all assets. He needs that money badly. Yeah, but I'm telling you, he's stuck. Absolutely stuck. Rock only started coming around again and playing with Blue when she saw how nice Blue was being to Nevaeh. I think Blue is begging her basically to come around. I think Blue is begging her, you know what I'm saying, to like, he needs the money. He needs the money. When he so-called left her in the restaurant the other day, my heart hurt for the little boy that ran up to him like he was Spider-Man or something. Then he was just so happy to see Rocket. He probably paid to be in a gang. Yeah, a lot of people. Nah, I think it was the same situation with 6ix9ine, where because they have money, because they have money and the connections, they just kind of let it slide. Blueface is a modern day gigolo pimp. That's essentially what he's doing. Honestly, this is technically pimping. He's technically pimping all these girls out, just like differently. Rockhead's BD was not only trying to get a DNA test done, he was trying to expose the other bodies she had under the belt and talking about her dad, Sean Malone's corruption. I wouldn't be surprised to find out that Sean Malone is a corrupt individual. You know, her daughter came out that way. Her mom just went back to rehab. I mean, shit, I would too if my daughter was doing the stuff that she's doing right now. Just like dysfunctional families, and they continue the cycle. You would think that if you're like raising a dysfunctional family, a lot of people like, you know, are raising dysfunctional families, they try to like start their own families, but do the opposite. Like, I wouldn't want my child to be raised the way that I was. Like, it's not fair for them. And like, you would think they would have that mentality, but they don't. But I guess low IQ people, 50 to 70% of people in the world don't have a, what is it called? That voice that talks to you. It's not conscious, it's something else. But 50 to 70% of people in the world don't have that. Can't remember the word. Chrisean was Zeus's employee. Chrisean was a Zeus employee on their and BF show when they allowed a CR to drink and smoke while pregnant. People keep following all the bad in the world, waiting for the train wreck. Everybody wants to watch the train wreck. Yeah. I mean, we're seeing a train wreck about to happen. We're literally witnessing live. That's, I guess, the reason why it's so entertaining. We're seeing things go bad live, and they're live streaming it. That's why it's so popular. Blueface is a bad person for real. We just signed a vest sent thousands to her brother before the baby shower. Why'd she send her brother thousands? So she can still box after having that fight. She might get a penalty. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, because again, I've seen MMA fighters who have done the similar stuff and they still box. Not a lot of them. I mean, even the big fighters, obviously they get away with it because they're bigger fighters, but they get away with it. How long you been here since the start of the video or something? I'm just asking a question. Oh, you responded to Mimi. What did Mimi say? Ooh, Mimi said, now she's a criminal informant. The Mexican man was her pimp. He allowed checks to go in CR's name and then cashed them and kept the money, all the taxes in her name. He allowed checks to go in Chrisean Rox's name and then cashed them and kept her money, all the taxes are in her name. Wow. So he's been staying broke for a while now. I don't find the problem with women allowing themselves to be pimped out. Do what you got to do. Take care of them children. There's different ways to go about it. You don't have to allow yourself to be pimped out. I can't wait to see what Nevaeh does after she gives birth. I mean, what could she do? What could Nevaeh do? I think Nevaeh loves it. If I was Nevaeh, the smartest thing would be to do something that would branch yourself away from Blueface. That's the smart thing to do. That's a smart thing to do. If she's truly smart and doesn't love it, she would try to do something else that would allow her to build her own business, start something completely different that doesn't involve Blueface. If you keep involving Blueface in the picture, then everything you do is going to have to revolve around Blueface. You're going to be, you either love it, but I mean, I guess he could just be making her not, he could be like trapping her, I guess. They need to cancel it. When is the fight supposed to happen? Who is an informant? Jenny, did you see the Blueface kick the girl while she was beating her? Yeah, we covered that earlier in the stream. Take your kick stream and leave. She put paper on Blue when he was in jail. He gave Chrisean money for unaliving Ronnie. It's her kick, take it and go. Yeah, the thing though, people aren't going to watch it though if it's just her. No one's going to care. The reason why it works is because of the controversy. If there's no controversy, no one's sticking around. They're not entertaining by themselves. Like, I guess the way that Blueface was trying to make it work was kind of having the way that Blueface was trying to make it work with just Nevaeh is kind of just like relationship drama with him like potentially cheating and hanging out with other girls and kicking her out and like doing basic stuff. Nevaeh can't do that by herself. It would just be like kid content. But like, how many people really truly care to watch that? It wouldn't be something that she can make a living out of, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she could. But again, we don't know enough about her, I feel. At least I don't. Chrisean used to pay him to be with her every weekend so he wouldn't be around Jane and his kids. She still gives him lots of money. Why are you guys bashing Zora? What is Zora saying? Yeah, it's the best thing. Nevaeh's mom was saying something similar the other day. Nevaeh's used to this. She was a sister wife to her first baby daddy. He had 4 women pregnant at the same time. Dude. Why? 4 pregnant women at the same time is crazy. That's nuts. Where are these people? How are these people even affording these children? They should be doing studies on her since she's a crack baby all grown up now. Yeah, that brain's gonna for sure need some studying after if she really gets into boxing, that brain's for sure gonna need to be something investigated. That brain's gonna be a specimen. Blueface and Chrisean is one and the same. Yeah, I agree. Nevaeh's equally ratchet. You see how she talks to her son. Yeah, I agree. The fight happened at Zeus Crisis Acting Warehouse. All right, well, this is enough of the Blueface situation. We've covered it a lot. I'm gonna do a quick scan real quick actually on Twitter to see if anything new came out. Oh, look at how cute they are. Oh yeah, Adam 22 pulling up, just being a weirdo. Adam 22, I'm surprised is still relevant. More Chrisean stuff. What is this? More videos of the fight going down. Yeah. So far nothing's happened, but I'm sure more stuff's gonna come out today when they go live today. So I'm probably gonna withhold from making a video, or I actually might post some clips from this one as a video. We'll see what I end up deciding to do. What I'm gonna cover now is I'm gonna look at that Keefe D. I'm gonna look at that Keefe D trial that's going on right now. That's gonna be something I want to cover. So that should be huge. I'm going to end the stream in a bit, just trying to see if there's anything new happening. I'm going to end the stream and go over there. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I've noticed some of you guys have been sticking here this whole time. Shout out for all the constructive work we've done today. Constructive criticism. Yeah, it seems like nothing's really going on. Yeah, I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to start a new one. If you guys want to still stick around and see what we got going on, I'm going to start a new one and it's going to be about the Tupac situation with Keefe D. That's huge. So that needs to be covered. So thank you guys for sticking around and I'll see you guys later. Or in the other stream if you guys decide to come.